and welcome to another episode of the Totally Not a Podcast. I am your host, Jake. Over here, we've got Kiba.
Heyo!
And hey, that guy right over there, that's Connor.
Hello, hello.
And that's Jake.
And I'm Jake.
I'm Connor.
And today we'll be hanging out, having a good time. That really threw me off. We did that backwards.
I know.
That backwards. That really threw me off.
Yeah, I know. I got you this time.
Shit. Today we're going to be hanging out, having a good time. We're going to be talking about everything under the sun, life, love, and the pursuit of
Getting more affordable insurance for our vehicles because it's so much.
Oh,
so
man,
much.
I pay way too much.
It's everybody I know is struggling right now just because of the insurance.
It's
And
crazy.
they haven't even gotten into a wreck rate. Like, what? It's been
In
a
the
year
past
or two?
decade.
Yeah.
I have never once had to use my insurance.
Yeah.
And I pay out the fucking ass for it.
It's absurd.
Yep.
It's brutal.
I
No
bet
sense
whenever
in
you
it.
gotta make a claim, they're gonna deny you too.
Oh, almost certainly.
Yeah.
Almost certainly. Gotta have it though. You gotta have it.
That's the law.
Yeah, it is the law. You have to have it.
You do have to have it.
Fucking A.
But yeah, right off the top, I want to give out just a quick apology. We missed the last podcast. We recorded it. It was great. We all loved it, felt great about it. But the wires, gears, pulleys, whatever it is that makes up our work computer just decided, gonna call it quits, and we just happened to lose the footage. It's a shame. It happens. Just wanted to let everyone know.
Sorry, guys.
I'm still mad about it. I'm still upset because we worked so hard and everything looked perfect, and then it was just
Gone.
Yeah.
Gone.
Yeah, it would have been a good episode. It really would have been.
Have no idea what happened to it.
I got so many fucking Jake bucks.
No, he
dude.
didn't.
I
No, he
did.
didn't.
I
No,
got
he did
so
not. No, he
many
didn't.
of
Not
them.
a single
Connor
one.
did really well, and Kiba did exceptionally poorly.
Didn't
And
I?
That did not happen. There's no proof.
Didn't
I
I
don't-
jump from 7 to 34 or
something like that. Yeah.
Where's the tape?
I don't want to point any fingers, but I do suspect Kiba lost that footage on purpose.
I believe
Just
No,
for that.
where's the? I would. Okay, first
I've been
of all,
thinking that-
I'm so upset about that.
I've been thinking that this whole time. I just haven't wanted to say it out loud.
In the back of my mind. It's right there.
It's been
right
there.
But hey, on a brighter note, later in the show, we're going to do a segment of Kiba's thoughts. It's been a minute. It's been a little while.
It has been a couple months.
Yeah, it's going to be wild. It's going to be wacky. Stick around, see how weird we all get. It's going to be
stay wacky.
It's going to be a deep view into what it is that makes this man's brain tick. I'm ready.
Dude, I stay like a 2010 Sonic Wacky Pack.
It's potentially dangerous.
Hey, at the tail end of the show, we're going to have some fun games to play. Connor was our game champion last time around. He ran the games. I think you did an excellent job.
I believe I did.
Yeah.
If
He
we're-
believes it.
If we're-
It must be
yeah.
true.
Yeah, actually, you did wonderful. You did wonderful.
Yeah, you did
and
a good
yeah, and I might be lying. Who knows?
You're not. I did wonderful.
You've got a very long way to climb back up to the top, though, sir.
Yeah,
You're at 4 Jake bucks. I believe the threshold is now at 75.
It has
Fucking-
gone up exponentially.
Inflation. It's a bitch, man.
Yeah.
It'll get you every goddamn
quite
time.
literally 50% inflation is insane.
That
That's
is
a lot.
insane.
That's
Market's
a lot.
volatile,
Insane.
Kiba. It is
Yeah, well,
volatile.
I know.
Fuck.
So am I.
Our money is becoming worthless.
Every day, slowly, bit by bit. Jake bucks are no exception. But boys, ladies and gentlemen, have you heard about fucking Kathleen Kennedy and what's going on with Star Wars?
Oh boy, have I heard! I
Oh,
heard
that
that.
bitch.
I heard that they gaslit the entire community with a really strong headline that said she was stepping down permanently for her to just step down to another position at the end of this year and soft resign.
I forget which outlet it was, but someone broke the news. I am blanking on that who it was, but they broke it, and then almost immediately Kathleen Kennedy was like, "Well, hang on," but then everyone was like, "Well, is that true?"
Yeah,
Hang on,
like,
hang on,
what's going on?
What does that
We
mean,
need to
really?
know.
Like,
It was
yeah.
probably World Star.
Yeah, probably was.
Are they still around?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, you both said that so confidently. I haven't seen anything from World Star in a hot minute.
Well, that's because they're not relevant.
I follow them on Instagram, and sometimes they post cool shit, but a lot of the times they just post fucking Drake and Lil Yachty unfollowed each other on Instagram.
They rage bait. They rage
Yeah.
bait so much. It's just,
Really?
what can we say that gets people to comment?
Yeah.
It's
That's-
all rage bait. And
Large
it's
sections of the
pathetic.
internet,
Yeah.
just like that. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, no, I heard about it, and I was so unbelievably upset when not that she was resigning, but that she was essentially stepping down from the fire position, you know? Like, she essentially fucks everything up, And as a team, it was a collective effort, but she fucks up a bunch of stuff. And then she says, well, actually, I still want to be in control, but I want to be in control from a place where people don't tweet mean things at me.
I don't want to be the one that takes all the blame.
Yeah, I would like to make...
If that would help.
I would like to make strong bad decisions on account of this series, and then I would like to do it in a place where people don't tweet mean things at me and get upset and make 4-hour-long YouTube videos about the decisions that me and Dave Filoni greenlit that ruined the franchise.
I want to do all the same stuff, but anonymously.
Exactly. I want to do it all with just $10,000 less a year. You know?
Man, I would make that choice if I could.
Same, right? Yeah.
Man, yeah, she has, she has done a fucking number on the Star Wars franchise.
Yeah, she has.
Oh.
And I mean, again, like you said, it's a team
team
effort,
effort, yeah.
big
It's
air
a
quotes.
collective
So, I mean, it's not like you can lay all the blame right at her.
But I want to.
But I mean,
want
at the
to.
same time, you kind of can't. She
She's
is
the
in
one taking the
charge.
blame.
She is the one who can definitively say, hey, let's not do that. Or
that
let's do
South
that.
Park episode told me that woman is a witch.
Must be true.
She's gonna get me. Yeah, in my opinion, that woman worked super closely with George Lucas for a long time working on those movies. She was
Steven Spielberg as
Yeah,
well.
yes.
Yeah.
She was very well versed in how they were made and what goes into making them and the importance of those decisions. And then she went on to go recreate that fire without any actual flames.
She fucked it up.
You know, like she made everybody think it was going to be real hot and real sick, and then they showed up and it was just like a dude holding a big lighter instead of a bonfire, you know?
Like, the hype before Episode 7 was unbelievable.
The air was thick with Star Wars.
Every single set photo that got leaked or even not leaked, but officially put out there, anything, people were just
They were
fucking
tearing
all
them
over
apart,
it.
too.
It was a time to be alive. And then for 7 to come out, and I love 7. 7 is honestly one of my favorite ones, but for a lot of that air to just kind of go out of the room and people go, wait, we already saw this. It was Episode 4. It came out 50 years ago. Wait, hang on.
Yeah, I was just about to say, I honestly really did like Episode 7 too.
Yeah.
And to be fair, everybody just kind of wanted to hate it, but
Yeah.
I liked Episode 7. I thought a lot of the stuff that people claimed was fan service was just world building. It was just stuff that was put there to tell you where you are in the universe now. And people just mistook it for a rehashing of an old story with fan service left and right, and they were upset because they didn't take the time to watch the movie. You know, they were just looking for the fan service.
Yeah, see, I've seen one Star Wars movie ever, so now you guys are getting into territory I don't know anything
Which
about.
one did you say?
The one with, I think, Darth Maul, the guy with the red face, little horns.
Red face, two-bladed lightsaber?
Yeah.
So you saw A New Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The very first one. Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Then yeah, that's the one.
Did you see that?
Hell
Did you
yeah.
see that in theaters?
Yep.
I don't think so.
No, what year did you catch it?
I was young.
Oh, you were
I
young.
was really young.
Yeah, very young. It was a long time ago, wasn't
was.
it, Jake?
Yeah.
Yeah, Galaxy far, far away.
Yeah, when A New Hope was in theaters.
Oh man, yeah. Whenever 7 came out,
You saw The Phantom Menace. I can't do that to you.
it came out in like 2000.
Oh, really? I had no idea.
The only reason I can't do that to you is because I'm about to make you rewatch The Phantom Menace and Attack of the
Jesus
Clones.
God.
Mainly because the three of us are going to go see Episode 3 in theaters on April 27th when it comes back.
I'm very not stoked about that.
Yeah, we're going to do that because I think it's important to make a little vlog and to do a little podcast snippet on the next podcast where we talk about that.
I'm
it'll
not
be
looking
great.
forward to that either. To be
No,
honest.
you don't want to do that?
No, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Don't get me
okay,
wrong, I'll
cool.
do it. I'm not looking forward to it. Though.
I'm going to buy you guys tickets if you're okay with it. I'm not kidding. If you guys are down for this, I will buy you tickets if you'll come and let me
Yeah.
film. I'll drive us there.
Yeah, I'll be
Yeah, if
there.
you'll buy the ticket, I'll do it, but...
This is important. This is important
yeah,
for you.
Yeah, it is.
Even if you don't like it, you need to understand the hype of these movies and you need to experience one of them in the theaters. I think that's
I
it.
do.
One of the worst ones too.
But still, I feel like this is a good experience for him.
No,
you know?
I'm doing a lot of shit talking. I actually do really like 3 of the prequels. That is easily the best one.
Well, yeah, Obi-Wan
Easily.
has the high ground.
He does.
Like the whole film.
Right?
Right?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah. Dude, I honestly love the VFX in this movie, though.
you. Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I
All right,
do.
cool, man.
A lot of people will
That's cool,
talk
man.
shit,
Yeah.
but I thought Mustafar looked sick.
I mean, yeah.
The lava,
There's
like
fire everywhere.
I can't
man.
say very much else. I
It's
can't
really
say
hot.
very much else because I don't want to spoil it. But I really thought that whole part of the movie looked so good.
You can super spoil it, even if I'm going to see it. You can say it.
Even for 2005,
Yeah,
something like 2007.
I think 2007
No, that's way too late.
because 2000. Well,
Because it came out when I was in 5th grade. If that will date me. And
well, then you should know. What year were you in 5th grade?
Probably 2005.
I don't remember what year I was in 5th grade.
2003. I don't know.
Well, hold on. It's coming for its 25th anniversary. Wait, no, it's not. It's going for its 20th anniversary, right?
I have no idea.
Hold on. What?
I think
Shit.
you're right. Ultimately, I have no idea either. I just feel like you're confident about it.
Well, I'm not. That's why I'm looking it up. I should be. 2005. 2005.
Oh, I was right.
It's
I know
20th
that,
anniversary. Yeah, 20th anniversary.
You're so smart.
Garbage. Yeah, 7. Loved it. Everyone hated it. And then 8 came out, and
Okay, we have similar opinions on this. I think we
dog shit.
I think
hate
we
to say
both
it, but
believe that 8 was a trilogy ender that
Yes.
they put out as the second movie, and that's why it didn't work, because they ended a story in the second film.
It also feels very much like Rian Johnson wanted to make his own movie, and he didn't want to play with any of the toys that were already set in front of him. And he went, no, I'm gonna go buy my own toys. I
That's
don't
a
give
very
fuck
good way
what
to
you
put
had.
that. It's a very good way to phrase that. He
Yeah.
literally threw out all of the old toys, even the shiny new toys that they just bought, tossed them all out and said, I'm going to make new toys, and then went and bought them from Temu instead.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
And then,
Man.
and then in the 9th one, the director from 7 came back and went, "Oh, those new toys you got for the last one? Nah, that's trash.
Throw these out."
I'm gonna go dive in the dumpster and get the ones you threw out, and I'm gonna pull those out. And they're all gonna be all gross and slimy, but I'm still gonna make
And
9
somehow
out of them.
Palpatine returned.
Somehow, there's no telling how.
Yeah,
Somehow,
I don't know how.
got 9, 8,
You and
9.
everyone else that watched that movie.
Even
It's-
people that saw it don't know.
It's such a shame because Rian Johnson is legitimately a very good director. He was supposed to get a proper trilogy after 8 really shit the bed and everyone kind of blamed him. He was like, wait, hang on, give me a fucking chance. And he was supposed to have a trilogy all on his own that people were speculating was supposed to be about the Old Republic.
Yeah.
And that would have been dope. Completely separated from all this other stuff.
I remember the hype
way in the
surrounding that
past.
because of the KOTOR games, and
Yeah,
everybody was
yeah.
super ecstatic that they might be following the lore that was laid down by the KOTOR games and recanonizing some of that.
It would have been very cool to see.
I think so too. KOTOR is some of the coolest Star Wars stuff out there.
But then that also got, shitified and is gone.
And this all comes full circle back to Kathleen Kennedy.
Yep. Yeah, it does. It does.
Quite literally,
Yeah.
all of these things can be directly attributed to decisions she made.
For a franchise where almost every movie in it, starting from 7 on, has made almost a fucking $1 billion, they just stopped making these movies.
Yeah.
They kept announcing more and more and more and more, and none of them came.
No,
none of them.
they had 12 of them on the docket.
There
didn't
were
they?
a shitload.
12. Okay,
They were.
I know you're not super into movies, but to tell you the gravity of having 12 movies on the docket, that's like the entire Marvel franchise.
Yeah.
That if you,
I can kind of scale the significance of that.
those announcements alone are massive, big deals culturally on the internet, and for them to not follow through with any of them is kind of insane.
Yeah.
His trilogy went up in smoke. The Benioff and Weiss guys, the Game of Thrones, their trilogy, up in smoke. The Taika Waititi trilogy, up in smoke.
Well, and I remember there was not an announcement, there was a lot of rumors around there being a Grand Admiral Thrawn film.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then instead of doing that, Ahsoka.
Yeah, because why
And-
not?
yeah,
TV
it's
shows. That's a new hot thing. Come on, make a show instead.
Yeah, that ruins characters, in my opinion. If
'Cause
they,
everyone loves Thrawn.
yeah,
Because when did those novels come out? Like the 90s?
yeah, early 90s, 91 or
80s,
92, I
yeah.
think. Depending on if we're talking about the Leia trilogy. Timothy Zahn, the guy who wrote those books, fucking phenomenal writer. I read those books over and over again growing up.
Yeah, and to have such a iconic character for, I guess, what is now not canon, but at the time was canon, for something that was so beloved by fans to, get relegated to a small role on a TV show.
I was going to ask, why would you say that TV series kill characters or ruin characters, whatever you said?
Because typically they don't treat them with the same respect they do in movies, and they also don't have the budget to treat the character appearance-wise the way they should be. But when you look at the way they treat characters in the movies, they get a lot more time and respect, and they also, I feel understand the gravity of this character going forward and their worth to the franchise. With the TV shows, they're just throwing stuff at the wall for Star Wars. So most of the time when you see a Star Wars TV show, it's very hit or miss on if that character that you have loved for the last 20 years is going to get ruined this episode or not.
You also have to think of it in terms of time, too. A movie is 2 hours, maybe 2.5 for a long Star Wars. That is not a lot of time. I say big air quotes. It's easier to nail that as opposed to a TV show of 8 episodes. That's 8 hours that you now have to nail that character for 8 episodes. It's so much more difficult to thread that needle.
Yeah, for instance, Tamora Morrison is Boba Fett and Jango Fett has been wonderful up until they gave him a series and they went, oh, wait, we have to figure out if this dude has substance. And then they gave him the wrong kind of substance. You know?
For a character who had like a few lines, pretty non-memorable. He's basically remembered for just having cool armor and just being stoic and badass.
And then if you look at episode 2, Attack of the Clones, all of his scenes in that are primarily based on his fighting.
Yeah.
They're not actually, you don't see him, you see his character in action. And then we get the show where his character does almost no action.
Right.
You know, and that's like, why would you take that away from him? That's what people want to see from this character. They want to see him being a badass.
What a shame.
I know.
What a shame. Yeah.
What a damn shame.
I was honestly kind of hyped for the, again, another canceled Star Wars movie. Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie, I thought would have been cool because it's like, if they really dug into that, almost like, be like a Top Gun movie, but in like Star Wars. You know? That would have been really cool.
Well,
and I think her father was like an Air Force pilot or something, so she was like, I'm gonna come full circle and make this, you know, like dogfighting kind of movie, but it just happens to be set in Star Wars. And I was like, okay,
that's
all right,
sick.
Patty Jenkins, fuck yeah.
I think that's
that got shit. That got shit.
I think that's what they nailed about movies like Rogue One and series like Andor is they're so grounded to the kind of TV shows and movies that we have had for decades now.
Right.
They just use that formula so well because they've had so much time to study it and refine how to do it correctly. And then they just take it and do it in Star Wars. And I feel like so much of Star Wars is people going, oh, we have to make this a sci-fi mystery fantasy.
Right.
Instead of grounding that world in the stuff it already has, which is war and these guerrilla tactics and these cool planets and aesthetics and cultures, you know?
Right.
But it's got to be off-the-wall world-ending universe ending stuff every time, you know?
Every time. I mean, it's the same problem that all the fucking Marvel movies have, too. Nothing can just be important to the character. Everything has to be world-shattering.
Yeah.
This is the end of everything you know.
Yep.
In Solo, I was looking forward to it being exactly that, a small story of him going on like a heist.
And
being a rogue.
Only relevant to him, right?
Yeah, and then we ended up getting kind of that, but then
it connects
a whole
to
bunch
the
more
whole
other
Brand
shit
universe.
too. Yeah.
And he runs into so many people he shouldn't run into.
Real quick, before we get too far away from it, you were saying something about building the world with what they already have and with it being like a war-driven world and stuff. I saw this clip the other day. It was like an interview of a person that was in the movie, but he was only in it for a second. It's an artist, some Eastern Asian dude. But long story short, he went to the director or whoever he went to and said, look, there's no graffiti. Whenever there's like war in the world, there's always a lot of like propaganda graffiti art on like the streets and shit like that. So they hired him to do a bunch of like Star Wars style graffiti art all over the sets and stuff. And when they went to pay him, he said, I don't want to get paid. I just want to be in the movie, even if it's just for 2 seconds. And he did. He got a very short, like 5-second clip in the movie, but they did his whole makeup and shit like that, made him some kind of alien.
That's
cool.
pretty
Yeah,
much
that
it.
is really
so
cool. Yeah.
See, that's what, in my opinion, Star Wars is about.
Yeah.
It's about people coming together and going, all right, this is what we know about these worlds, and this is what, as a culture that Star Wars has created, we think would work best, instead of...
See, he even started saying that he had to learn some of the languages of Star Wars and like the alphabets and stuff, so whenever he wrote words, it would have to be in these specific languages and stuff.
Because Star Wars is the kind of franchise where the fans will know.
Oh, yeah.
The stuff that
The
is
fans
not
know
important,
more.
that is way on the back wall, they will spot and go, what the fuck is that?
The
That's
fans
not real.
know infinitely more lore than the people that created it.
Yes. Yeah.
And they have an extremely vivid memory of everything that has happened somehow, you know?
And they will let you know.
crazy to me.
Yeah. It's it's wild how just a franchise so beloved has honestly, it kind of sounds mean, but has kind of become a joke, honestly.
Yeah.
Like the shows have been not well received. What's the last one that was well received? Andor?
Andor was the last one.
Yeah. And that was several years ago.
Yeah, what...
I know season 2 is coming out in
I could
a
be
month
wrong.
and a half.
I feel like Andor was like 5 years ago. I could be wrong, but I feel like it was prime COVID era when it came out.
Yeah, it was. I think it was probably 2022.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
You're probably
Was that
right.
a TV series you said?
It was,
You are.
it
It was
was.
2022. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it was end of COVID.
Yeah, season 2 comes out in a month and a half, and we'll see if they can nail that one. I hope so.
I'm excited
for their hope.
I'm
for
very
their sake,
excited. I
hope
think
so.
you should check it out.
I think I would love it. Yeah, I really do.
Did you guys ever watch like some of the spin-off Star Wars series that was on like Cartoon Network and shit? Some of the more kid
the Clone Wars
stuff, yeah.
Yeah, I watched
Clone Wars
all
is
of
awesome.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
did
sick.
you?
Yeah,
Clone
I
Wars is
love
dope.
that show.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I even like the 7th season that they brought back.
So I didn't know how many seasons there were or anything. I never watched it. But.
It's good, man. It's a vibe.
With all this going on, who knows what will really happen at the end of the year? What will happen with Kathleen Kennedy? Who the fuck knows? But if she were to step down, who would you want to take her spot?
Take her spot as
Yeah,
like,
to be the person in charge.
ooh.
My mom.
Well, yeah, that is what you'd say, huh? You don't know shit about this franchise.
Kathy? Really? Kathy?
Yeah, absolutely. She's doing a good job with it.
I don't know, man. That's a big question.
Because I feel like the
And-
two people that they would go to would be either Filoni or Favreau.
I feel like they're going to give it to Favreau. I feel like Filoni would probably do better with it just because Filoni, I hate to say it, I feel like Filoni will cave to fans a lot easier, and that's unfortunately what they need. They need to understand when fans are upset and when they really need to correct course. For instance, like certain animated movies that have come out, like the Sonic movie. Do you remember the original fucking Sonic
Yeah.
before
It
the
was-
fan outcry
yeah.
changed him?
I do
Dismal,
remember
yeah. It was
that.
awful, yeah.
And people are trying to do that to the Shrek movie right now.
I'm gonna be honest. I saw that image for Shrek and I went, "Oh, okay, cool, yeah." And then I saw there was a whole bunch of like backlash and people said it looked bad, and I went, "What?"
Yeah, I
Looks
didn't.
I
fine.
did, yeah, that's
Looks
what I
fine,
thought. I
yeah.
thought, dude,
his
this
eyes are a
looks
little
like
bigger.
Shrek,
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
It's
But
been
people-
like 15 years since the last one came out. Let it go.
Yeah,
Come
people
on.
are still going for it though. The internet's
fuck 'em.
wild like that.
Fuck them all.
But back to the question. I'm gonna cast my vote for Filoni. I don't think it's the
Yeah.
best vote, but I think it's the best one I can do with my current knowledge.
I would go Favreau.
Yeah.
I think Favreau has a better understanding of the filmic language than Filoni probably does. I think
Absolutely.
I think-
Filoni's done TV shows almost exclusively.
and Filoni, I think, knows lore like nobody
yeah,
else.
yeah.
But I think Favreau knows.
Favreau
the
is a filmmaker.
Yeah, and a good one.
Oh, yeah.
And a good one at that too.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like Jon Favreau. I'm kind of sad that he has kind of got stuck in this Disney verse. I think he's so talented. I would love to see him do something outside of.
Man, if he gets control of
Yeah.
Star Wars though, that could be good. You're right.
And I would love to see him, I guess, do a Star Wars movie, sure. But man, I would love to see him do something else.
I would
really
love to see him do a Star Wars movie because if it's bad, then we know for sure. Let's give this a break. You know,
a bigger one.
yeah, like if that dude can't do it right now, let's not do this. You know.
Because again, yeah, the last one, episode 9, was 2020.
I don't remember.
2019?
I think it was around then.
And
Sounds about right.
And here we are in the year of our Lord 2025 with nothing on the horizon.
Not even a teaser.
They keep talking about the Rey movie, but I think that
No one
technically
wants that.
episode 10. I think
Yeah.
that has also kind of been shelved. I
Everybody,
don't-
the outcry, I'm sure, killed that.
they got a lot of shit, and then they went, "Yep, okay, we'll go back to the story that everyone knows," and then everyone went, "No, we don't want that either," and they went, "What?
I don't know what to do now.
Yeah.
Yep.
We've tried nothing. We're all out of ideas."
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
It's-
that's the state of Star Wars, guys.
It is. It's
Hell
sad.
yeah.
Thanks
It's
for
sad.
listening to his bitch for a while, Connor.
Absolutely.
Which one's your favorite one?
Is it A New Hope?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hell yeah.
that one that he saw
Solid.
when it came out.
Yeah.
I saw it in theaters.
Yeah.
Opening day.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
You look good, man. You look good. My man. Kiba.
Me? Oh.
No. Absolutely
Yeah, of
not.
course he's talking to you.
You're something of a musician. Is that correct?
I music occasionally.
Would you consider yourself something of a musician?
I would consider myself something of a musician.
And Connor, you
No, I don't do magic. I make music.
What?
No, I'm not. No, you said I'm a musician. I don't do magic tricks. I make music. What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
Dude, hell
Don't
yeah.
disrespect him like that.
I'm
That's
so
a,
sorry.
that's a reference to the infamous meme that these guys have not seen.
I have no idea
I've
what the hell
seen
you're
it.
talking about.
Oh, you have.
That's why I
There's
said
a
that.
girl who's a rapper, and an interviewer goes, "So as a musician," and she goes, "No, I don't do magic.
Yeah.
I don't do magic.
I don't
I
do
make
magic."
music."
She sounds smart.
Yeah.
She is.
I could fix it.
Yeah,
I could fix it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I had this conversation with my sweet loving girlfriend a little while back, and I just wanted to get y'all's opinion on it.
Okay.
So it's a very oversimplified, but music is kind of made up of, like, in my eyes, 3 parts. You have the instrumentals, you have the lyrics, and then you have the vocals. Very bass down, that makes up a song, right?
Okay.
What is it that you guys look for when you're listening to music? Like, which one of those, like, stands out most to you? What do you consider the most important part of the song?
In my opinion, oftentimes it's the instrumentals because the instrumentals are what gives you the grounds to do the other two.
Yeah.
And the other two either don't exist or are kind of baseless without the instrumentals.
Because then you end up with just poetry.
Exactly. And spoken word poetry is lame.
It is. That's for hippies.
That is.
And there ain't no hippies here.
Nope.
I consider myself a hippie a little bit. But.
All right.
Yeah, well, me too, actually.
Yeah. You guys buy any chickens yet? No, not hippie enough.
No, yeah.
Enough, damn.
I don't have a van or... I also think instrumentals are important to me. One thing that I know is important to me as well is the sound of the vocal's voice. There's been a bunch of bands in general that, like, I hear a song and it starts to sound good and I like the instrumentals and stuff, but then homeboy starts singing or homegirl starts singing or whatever it may be, and fucking that just kind of, if it's bad, it ruins the entire thing for me. Yeah.
So you rely very heavily on the tone of the vocalist.
I guess.
To determine whether you like it. Okay.
Yeah. Like Coheed and Cambria, love the instrumentals. I can see that every one of them are talented instrumentals.
And the vocals sound like someone is literally getting blended.
Yeah, see, I wouldn't even say that. I would say he's a talented vocalist. That style of vocal on top of that style of music sounds terrible to me.
Agreed.
You know?
Agreed.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm actually in the same camp. I really like their music, but anytime he starts singing, it's like, oh, okay, all right.
Well, they're only famous because of their music, though.
Yeah.
Because when people talk about Coheed and Cambria, they talk about that guitar riff.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
They don't talk about those vocals.
That's funny.
I actually saw them live a little while back, and they were good live, but yeah.
I hope so. They've been doing that for like 20 years.
Yeah, at least, right? I think the vocals for me are kind of at the back. Like, there's a lot of people I like who really don't sing that well. I mean, I love Jack White. Does he have the best voice in the world? No, but I still love his voice. I think it sounds great.
Same. I love System of a Down. Serge Tankian sounds awful.
Yeah.
But I love System of a Down,
Right.
and I sing along with those songs, and they're sick.
I think for me, the lyrics are important, and then the instrumentals as well. Like a song that has like really good deep lyrics that like fucking connect. Oh, all day, man, all day. I still love shit like Hollywood Undead, where it's a lot of just party music. Still fucking great.
See, Hollywood Undead does have a couple bangers in there.
Oh, they do.
That are just very heartfelt.
Yeah,
They're just a little hit and miss.
Yeah. That's why I was just listening to when I pulled up Coming Back Down off I think their second album. Great song, and that's definitely one of their more like heartfelt ones. Yeah.
That was right after Danny got the reins.
Yeah.
And he was fucking, oh my God, he
Going.
was singing. He was belting those songs, and they're so good.
Yeah, see, lyrical content isn't the most important thing to me. I do appreciate a good heartfelt song. I kept saying heart fart or help fart or something.
Help fart, yeah.
But anyway, yeah, it's not the most important thing to me.
Yeah, see, this, you guys probably really don't like my music because of the lyrics. Because
the lyrics are garbage.
Yeah,
the lyrics are absolute trash. They are an afterthought in the music you like.
Yeah, well, I mean, the music I make, even. I mean, you've listened to a little bit of my music.
Oh, I've listened to a bunch of it.
Yeah, it's not all trash, but it's very hateful music.
Yeah.
Yeah. I am tearing someone down verbally throughout the song.
The last song that you put out, you told someone to kick the chair, so.
Yeah, I did.
See, half the time I don't understand what's being said on it anyway.
See, the last song I put out, the chorus is, "You just talk shit and you just don't care."
Yeah, I know about that one.
You just talk shit and nobody is aware. You just talk shit. I think it's time to kick the chair.
Speaks to me.
Yeah, I know.
Speaks to me.
Yeah, it gets you real deep, doesn't it?
Yeah, it really does.
Yeah.
You got to stop and really think about it.
Yeah. Yeah, for me, I think the way the music makes you feel, and I don't want to think about what I'm feeling. So that's why instrumentals are so important to me, and that's why the music I produce in particular is so rapid fire, and it kind of attacks you with the tone of the sound, because I want you to be so dramatically ripped out of whatever you're doing that you're not focused on what I'm saying. You're focused on exactly what it's making you feel. And it is movement-based music. I mean, if you listen to the music I put out, it's movement-based in terms of when you listen to it, it's supposed to make you feel energetic.
Right. You know? I have noticed you also listen to a lot of just purely instrumental bands, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I have noticed that as well.
Yeah, and that would drive me crazy. I love instrumentals. I love a good, driving riff as much as the fucking next guy. But if there's no lyrics in there to, like, also elevate it and bring it up, I'm going, okay, skip. Where's the content at, bro?
I like making people feel, and that's part of why I got into like you remember when I had my cinematic movie music kick, and I was like, oh shit, it just dawned on me like, oh, 80% of the feeling I get from a lot of the movies that I like, those quiet movies, are from the soundtrack.
Yeah.
It's from those swelling, big instrumental sounds that they add to movies that aren't necessarily music as much as they are just emotional pieces, you know?
Yeah. To help elevate whatever is happening on screen.
Yeah, and I learned pretty quickly when I was going through that that's all it takes sometimes to make a scene. And it's also sometimes the only thing that's holding up very, very powerful scenes in movies that I love. You know, it's only holding them up because of the soundtrack. Those moments don't have that gravity without it. For instance, in the movie Gravity, where it's so heavily soundtrack based.
How fucking good is Gravity? That is a gorgeous movie.
And talk about a movie that uses the soundtrack to portray scope.
Yeah.
Like every single shot, the sound moves or grows and gets quieter with it in such dramatic ways.
Connor, have you seen Gravity?
I have not.
Guy could have told you that.
Yeah, I don't know why we asked.
Yeah, if I've seen it, I would go, I've seen that one.
It's very good. It's very good. It happens in outer space. You wouldn't like it.
Yeah. Yeah, he's right.
That's the one, I think I know what it is, though. It's the one where a person gets, like, stranded in space eventually, or essentially he was, like, doing work on a satellite or something, and then broke off, kind of drifted, and then...
Yeah. Is that all you got?
That's all I know.
That's all you got?
Yeah.
So it's it's in space, he's alone, he's drifting.
Yeah.
So I think you just described The Martian. I think we're headed towards The Martian here.
Martian was stuck on Mars.
Yeah, but isn't there a scene where he, like, fucks up in space and then they land and he gets stuck?
At the very end, whenever he's flying through and what is he? Because he cut the glove to get the air to shoot him further. Was that Martian? Is that at the end of Martian? Because he decompresses
I
himself.
think so, yeah.
Is that the one with Arnold Schwarzenegger?
No.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Man. Hell yeah.
You're so... Anyway, we're so far off track.
He takes
That's
his
the one with
helmet
the
off,
three
and he's
boobs?
like,
Hell yeah,
and his fucking head explodes.
That is The Martian, yes.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
Yep.
Should we even tell him what movie that is?
No, he doesn't even know.
Red Planet?
That's it. Fuck, dude. Nailed it.
You just
That was my
described...
only other guess.
That's the original Total Recall.
The Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, the
movie,
Arnold Schwarzenegger one on Mars with the three-titted Martian girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Total Recall, the original. And it holds up.
We were at work the other day, and I think you put on Acacia Strain before you left. And then after you left, we left it on for like an hour. By the end of that hour, I just decided that almost every single one of their songs sounds the same to me, and I just didn't love it.
I never put Acacia Strain on.
Somebody did. Maybe Chelsea did. I don't know. But
Well,
I remember telling Chelsea, I was like, dude, just all of this sounds the same to me.
There was that day that you put it on, and I said, you put on some Acacia Strain? And you
Yeah,
said,
'cause-
yeah, well, I know you and Chelsea like them.
Yeah, and I was going through a tiny phase where I was like, yeah, I've heard a lot about this. Let me give it a shot. And then by
So
the
was this
end
that
of...
same day?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
this was like 2 days later.
I was about to say, did you put it on for Kate? You put it on and then go, what the? This shit sounds
No.
all the same.
No, this was at least a day or two later. But
was
yeah, by
probably
the
Chels.
end, by the end of that hour or two, I was like, yeah, dude, I'm just not feeling it. So to add one last thing to what we were saying earlier about what's important to music is like a range of vocal
Yeah,
styles.
being
you know?
able to not just do one thing.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bands is Chevelle. Fucking love Chevelle.
Chevelle.
But they have put out 9 albums and they all sound identical.
Really?
Fucking love them.
Yeah.
Love them. So
Well, and that's
good.
why it's so good, because you can put on any Chevelle song and it's still that same Chevelle song.
Yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah.
The only
Still
one,
that same
the
Chevelle.
only one
It
that's
doesn't end.
different is the red. And the only reason it's different is because he says the red.
Is there anyone? Because I think I'm the only one in the room who really listens to the lyrics. But is there any group or band or anyone who you think does all three well? Like does the music, the singing, the vocals, all the lyrics? Do you think anyone actually hits them all?
Attila.
Absolutely. There's a couple bands that I have in mind. The main band that pops up for me is Loathe. They have some absolutely just... I don't know how to describe it. The lyrics are almost breathtaking. Their lyrics are just incredibly good. They have an album called I Let It In and It Took Everything. It's a really, really good album. It's got a lot of meshes of different genres of music. It's very well produced. The instrumentals are good. The lyrics are really good. The vocals are really tight. They're really good. I also think Architects does a lot of really, really good lyric work.
Was just about to mention them. I was going to say a more realistic answer than Attila would be Architects. Their 2 albums, Lost Forever, or Lost Together, Lost Forever, whatever it's called, and then All Our Gods Have Abandoned Us? Is that what it was called?
Yeah.
The Big White and Black Circle? Those 2 albums specifically, I love those 2 albums. I can't get as deep into what I appreciate about them lyrically. I guess you're just more versed with your musical vocabulary than I am.
And that's okay. I totally get what you mean.
On that same sort of metal front, I really love Beartooth. Caleb Shomo does not have the best voice, but I don't think he needs it. Hey, I think he still
does really good with what he's got.
Yeah, but I think for some metal, I think his lyrics are phenomenal. He does a lot of very introspective, like, hey, I'm fucking dealing with my depression. This is the only way I know how. Yeah. And I think a lot of his stuff really hits hard because of that. I really like their music for sure.
That's how I feel about the last band I'm going to bring up for that is Make Them Suffer. I think that they have immaculate instrumentals. Their instrumentals are so good, and their lyrics are really good too. They're a little bit more basic, but they're very good at communicating the theme in a way that's appropriate, you know? And I also just think that their vocalist is awesome. They have a female vocalist that does some singing. They have the male vocalist that does the harsh vocals, and they're just a good pair.
Nice.
I remember back when I was in like middle school, high school, and going through breakups and stuff, I thought Bullet for My Valentine was pretty fucking sick, man. A lot of breakup songs and stuff from Bullet.
Dude, I like Bullet. I like some of their early stuff.
They just... my only problem with Bullet, and this may be because everybody copied them, they just feel so generic.
Yeah.
Their lyrics especially feel so bedrock generic, and that might be because they did it first and everybody else just took that off of them. So I can't say for sure.
Yeah, see, I mostly liked The Poison and Scream Aim Fire. Anything after that, I didn't love as much, you know?
Yeah.
The album, it came out a little more recently, the one with the wings on it. I forget what the name of that album was, but I actually really liked that one. But yeah, I was also...
From Bullet?
From Bullet, yeah.
I've got no idea.
Gravity, is that the name of that?
I don't keep up with them at all anymore.
But yeah, I also agree. Poison and like Scream Aim Fire. I really liked those back when I was a teenager. Angsty teenager.
I know you're not super into the heavier stuff, but Make Them Suffer does have a few not super heavy songs.
Yeah.
If you guys are looking for some recommendations, they have a wonderful album that came out. They have a song that's really good called Save Yourself that I think you'd appreciate. Just wonderful all around. Great lyrics like all you needed was me, not my views and opinions.
Make Them Suffer?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to say right now that's a pretty cringy band name. If I'm perfectly honest.
They came out, they've been around for a long time, and they were a much heavier band back in the day. I love their name, though.
That's another thing with metal bands, where a lot of the names of the groups themselves, it's like, oh, God, how can I even take you seriously with a name like that?
Yeah, see, to me, that just sounds like a typical metal band.
It is.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
It absolutely does.
Yeah.
It absolutely does. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, then there are bands like Loathe, which sounds almost like a ska band name, you know? Yeah. And they're not, spoiler, they're not a ska band. Don't look them up
What?
if you're looking for ska. You will not find it there.
Fuck.
But
I was looking for new ska.
Band names like Cattle Decapitation and fucking
Cannibal Corpse.
Yeah.
For me, neither of you are going to like this, but for me, who does it best? My boy John Mayer. Oh my God.
You're beautiful.
That's James Blunt, but I also do like
shit.
that song.
You silly son of a bitch.
But man,
I was so confident.
I know you were. I know you were. I mean, I love that a crossing theme of this podcast is you'll do something silly and me and Jake will lock eyes for a second. That's like the
close, but
it's like the fourth podcast in a row that you've said some silly shit and we're just like waiting to see who's gonna say it.
Man,
That's funny.
But yeah, the dude's guitar work is just phenomenal on the album and also live. He doesn't ever really like flex it on the album because that's not what people go to him for.
No.
But whenever he's live, oh, that dude will shred like nobody else. But my God, listen to Stop This Train and tell me you don't feel something. That is a beautiful song.
I will.
I think you should, yeah.
I will. I know that song, but I will listen to it again. I'll sit down. I mean, I have never on my own sat down and listened to that song. So I will do that.
I think you should.
With headphones too.
Yeah, really listen to the lyrics. It's a song about getting older.
You know what? I'll do you one better. I'll read them while I listen to it.
Oh, perfect. Pull up the Spotify, the lyrics right there. And
this is make me sound a little bit like an old man. Sometimes I do just pull up the lyrics to a song because I need to know for sure what's going on. So I'll read them as I listen to it, and it just helps you comprehend a little better.
I do that shit all the time.
I do the same thing.
Okay, thank God.
Yeah, it's not just
sometimes
you.
I feel like a 50-year-old man, like, let me put my glasses on.
That is the only way I know any of the words to that metal shit that I listen to.
Well, you had to ask me the lyrics to one of my songs at work the other day.
It's like, I don't know what you're saying here.
I am going to write it down in my notes. Stop This Train by John Mayer. We are going to talk about it next podcast. So Get your fucking get it on.
I'm gonna show up to your house next week and be like, all right, what was that song? Can we listen to that real quick?
Yeah, I want your thoughts. I want your thoughts and I want your opinions.
Heard.
Get ready. Do you guys have a song that you also want to put out in the world for us to listen to?
Yeah, actually, let me.
My song is "I'm Coming Home" by Stick Figure, and actually, I should have figured it's off of Burial Grounds. That's the album
you
I
showed
thought
me
of.
that.
It just makes me think of home, living back down in Florida, and I miss it.
Okay.
You've put on a couple Stick Figure little like mixes at work before for me.
Yeah.
I'm Coming Home?
Yeah, that song touches my heart a little bit.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
I'm gonna pick Two Way Mirror by Loathe. That song, I don't know. The best way to describe it is that song makes me. It's the same way I feel when I'm anxious, but in audio format, in a way that doesn't make you anxious, but in a way that's just very good at communicating that anxiety.
Interesting. Okay.
Okay.
And I feel like a lot of people tend to relate with that song.
Yeah.
So I think you guys might also understand.
What was it called?
Two Way Mirror by Loathe.
Okay.
All right. So, Two Way Mirror by Loathe, I'm Coming Home by Stick Figure, and Stop This Train by John Mayer. Next week or next podcast, we will talk about it.
I'm gonna also see if I can add a stipulation. If you guys are okay with this, can I say listen to them all three with headphones?
Yes.
That way it kind of takes your whole attention for a
Yep.
minute.
Yeah. I will also do the same. I'll do headphones and I'll do lyrics.
Because I got these nice
yeah.
headphones and I will 100% bop them in the right way for you guys.
And I'm going to be honest, even if I don't like the song, I'm probably going to listen to it a handful of times to like really try and take it in.
I appreciate that. I will do the same. I'll probably give you at least 2 or 3 listens because I'll listen to it once and then I'll want to listen to it and read the lyrics.
Right.
So I'll give it at least 2. We all 3 picked very different eras. Yours is the oldest, then yours is in between, and then mine is I believe the
Most
newest.
recent.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Hey, I think it's time for what everyone is here waiting for. I know I'm waiting for it. I think it's time for Kiba's thoughts.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait.
Are you guys ready?
I can't wait.
Okay. All right.
I could wait,
I
but I don't
can't
think
wait.
I'm going to.
No,
I don't think
I'm not going to let you.
Yeah, please, God, don't.
I'm not going to let you. Is it time, guys?
Just go. I can't wait.
Oh, are you about to finish? Did we solve the bee issue? Like, okay, hear me out, guys. For a significant part of our lives, there was this big activist movement to not kill any bees, to move them out, to like feed bees, to keep them safe because they were like cross-pollinating and fucking on flowers and stuff to help shit grow.
Of course.
Did that just, like, what, did we fix the bee problem?
I don't know if they solved that or not.
What, but like, nobody said shit about the bees for like 5 years.
Yeah, nobody cares about bees anymore.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's the turtles with the fucking straws. That's all I hear about. I
Yeah,
don't
it's
hear
the turtles
any-
with the straws, and I do also occasionally hear about squirrels or raccoons getting suffocated by like plastic bags and stuff.
What? What?
You haven't heard
Yeah.
of this?
What?
This
The poor
you
raccoon.
haven't seen this? You haven't heard of this?
I need
It happens. It be happening.
Yeah,
On
dude, it's
purpose?
dangerous.
I'll do it.
He said, "I'll fucking tie the bag."
I'll do it. No. Bees, I don't remember the last time I saw a bee except for the one that was here in the office like 3 months ago. But
Yeah,
I never see bees. There are none that live by me.
I respect the fuck out of bees, dude.
Me
Dude,
and
I
all my
eat their
homies
honey.
respect the fuck out of bees. I do love honey. Honey's
I
so
love
good.
honey.
And I use beeswax on my mustache.
Is that real beeswax?
This is real
See?
beeswax every single morning on my face.
You better respect the fuck out of them too, son.
I'm going to tell you whose fault it is, why no one cares about the bees, and who solved the issue. I'm going to tell you right now. Are you
Do
ready?
it. Tell me.
It's fucking Jerry Seinfeld in that goddamn bee movie.
Eh,
Bee movie came out and everyone went, ruined those bees. Fuck them. Who gives a
Who
fuck?
gives a
Yeah.
shit? You're telling me they ruined a marriage?
Yeah, what the fuck? Fuck them all.
No way that's the
absolutely
first
what it
one
is,
either.
Yeah.
Another keep it thought. Did you guys hear that the Firefly private lander is about to land on the moon? There is a
Did they
private.
call it Firefly, like from the show?
I don't know. I don't think so. I have no
Oh,
clue
okay.
though.
Are you
I've done very minimal research on
Oh,
this.
beautiful. That's the way I like
Yeah.
it. Yeah,
Are you
that's the way
talking-
I like it. I read the headline and we're going from
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
hell yeah.
Very minimal research. Have you heard of this?
No, I have not.
No?
This is news to me.
Are you talking about like they sent an actual firefly to the moon?
Yes.
They put it in a little jar or something?
So Firefly is a
And it's shook up, really.
private company that does aerospace technology apparently, and they are flying and landing a lander on the moon.
Damn,
Wait,
dude, I still
whose-
gotta
whose
pay
moon?
rent next month.
Our
too.
moon.
Our moon?
Yeah,
Luna?
our moon.
What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Okay, I just gotta say, am I not the only one that thinks this is fucking crazy? This is the first time in our lifetime that somebody is landing on the moon.
Is that true?
I believe so.
When's the last time?
Yes.
What's the last time we went to the moon?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Gotta be honest. I'm kind of one of those people that don't really think they actually landed on the moon back in the day.
Real quick. Before I get away from this, the biggest thing to me of importance is the fact that we are at a level now where commercial enterprises can land on the moon.
That is wild.
Is that not fucking insane? This is the future.
Yeah, I've seen that they can do like commercial trips to space. Like
Yeah,
you can
you can go to space.
Amazon that
Yeah,
did that
yeah.
a few years ago, or Boeing? Was it Boeing that
I
did
think
that?
it was Boeing that did it, but
Jesus Christ.
just-
This is a
It did,
dystopian that
but-
we live in, honestly.
I just think it's insane. Like, this is something that I knew it was going to happen in my lifetime, but am I wilding out right now, or is it not kind of crazy that
No.
there is a private, somebody said, I want to spend money and go to the moon, and they just developed the technology on their own.
And they're just going to do it.
They built it on their own. They did not contract through NASA. These people made a lander, and it is going to land on the moon. That's just a thing that happens now.
It's
What
wild.
the fuck?
They built it in their garage.
Yeah, like I know they
Two tin
didn't.
cans.
I know they didn't, but like I don't know the scale of NASA not being capable of doing this or willing to do this. The struggle they had with manned spaceflight for 20 years. Like what the fuck?
They are also brutally getting their funding slashed.
Oh
year
yeah,
over year,
and
but-
they are getting
NASA.
fucked.
NASA, yeah.
They're also getting fucked in terms of people moving to the private sector from NASA.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I wouldn't be shocked if the people that built this used to be at NASA.
Oh, almost certainly. Yeah, I would not be
at
surprised.
least a few of them.
Yeah.
See, I don't know anything about that really.
Whenever I went through Houston a few years ago, I drove by the command center, whatever the fuck it is that is down there in Houston, and so badly I wanted to be like, oh, I'm gonna go take a fucking tour, just to I'm not even that big into NASA and science shit, but I was still like, man, it would be cool to just go kind of tour that place, but I had no time to do it.
Yeah, I get that, but
Yeah.
we should do that sometime.
Yeah, it's only a 7-hour drive.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah, man.
Hell
Just
yeah,
fuck with that.
absolutely.
You can cram into my little car. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody
I'll
can
sit in the trunk.
Yeah, so somebody can sleep in the back seat while the other two in the front sit uncomfortably close to the dash.
Perfect. I love it.
Okay, the next Kiba thought. Did you guys know that there's a fish doorbell in Dutch?
A what?
I've heard all of those words, but in that string, I
There-
don't understand.
Yeah, there's a fish doorbell in Dutch.
A fish doorbell in Dutch.
What does that mean?
So in wherever Dutch is. You guys know where that's
Amsterdam?
at? Yeah,
No.
you guys know where that's. You know where that's at, right? Yeah, right. Like you for sure. Yeah, you guys know. But
What? Sweden? Norway?
the Dutch fish doorbell, or visit doorbell, is a camera and online button that helps fish pass through a closed lock. This project is based in Utrecht, Netherlands.
So,
What?
Yeah, right. I know that's what I
What?
said the first time.
I'm clueless.
So there's this webcam that you can go watch 24/7. There's always like 900 or 1,000 people watching it, and fish swim up to this dock of this stream.
Oh, no
And people
way.
watching the live stream hit a button to open the dock so the fish can swim upstream, and then it closes it and locks it so the water doesn't keep rushing down towards this place.
No
so
way.
there are people that are constantly watching this fish doorbell webcam. There are 1,600 watching right now, and it's just a webcam in the water, and when a fish swims up to it, everybody clicks rapidly, lets them know what kind of fish it is, and it opens the door.
What the fuck?
Isn't this insane?
What
The
happens
United
to-
States, we can't fill a fucking pothole, but in the Netherlands, they found out a way to make people love and help with wildlife conservation.
I was about to say
For free?
What happens to the fish that get drawn into the door? Do they just get led somewhere else?
Well, they're
They
trying
go
to
upstream. They go home.
They're
Go
trying to
upstream?
swim upstream back to the big body of water.
And so
So
that
they're-
helps them get up there.
Yeah, they're letting them through this so that the water doesn't come rushing down, but the fish can still get out. You know?
Yeah.
Is
Hell
is
yeah.
the door on a cooldown? What's stopping me from going just spamming open?
I
Open.
believe it opens on a sensor, so you have to hit it, and then it senses when the fish goes through and closes immediately. And if a fish doesn't go through, I think it just closes back.
Do you have to pay anything for it?
No, you just watch people. I think they're using this so that they don't have to pay people.
They are crowdsourcing it.
I think they're doing this so that they don't have to spend money.
See, there's
But look at there's the doorbell button and everything, and there's the camera, and you can see the different kinds of fish.
that's cool, man.
That is
we,
cool.
Up at our work up at the place, we have one of the TVs we have on the wall is just connected to YouTube, and there's been a couple times where I've put on live streams of just people's puppies or fucking fish tanks or whatever it may be, you know?
I want to say it was a bit on the Rooster Teeth podcast forever ago. Was it them who were talking about the condor eggs Or there was some like eagle eggs or something.
Yeah, there was a webcam where you could watch them to see when they hatched. And
Yeah.
you could watch the baby.
And I remember whenever they talked about that, I don't even remember what like zoo it was at, but I remember I also got like really into watching those fucking eggs.
Yeah,
and then
and
I
it
would check back every so often and be like, oh, they're still there.
Yeah, and it shot up in viewership
Yeah.
because of them.
I had a friend in high school that called me Condor.
Because you're so big.
Cool story.
Yeah.
Cool story.
But
too.
no, I went to another thing that kind of relates to something else you said. I went to a Repticon one time, and there was a person there that had a booth set up. And first off, they had a cage with lemurs in it, and a lemur on a leash hanging out on her shoulder. And I thought that shit was so fucking cool. But more importantly to the story, she had a clutch of ball python eggs that was actively hatching. 2 or 3 of the eggs had little snakes starting to crawl out of
That's
it.
cool, actually.
And it's kind of a slow process, you know what I mean? So I didn't watch any of them totally come out of an egg. They just kind of poke their heads out and sit there for a while.
Did they hatch out and then slither right under someone's boot as they were fucking stomping on them? 'Cause that would be
no.
the best way to do it.
I would have
honestly.
pushed somebody before they stepped on that little snake.
A few years, 2 years ago, whenever I was at the state fair, we were there, and they have like this big area where there's all the like live animals and shit. And there was a pig actively giving birth, and I remember we sat there and like watched for a little bit. But yeah, it takes a while, and I was
yeah.
like, oh, I'm not gonna spend my whole fucking day here watching this
No,
pig
but
give
it's-
birth. Yeah,
It's cool to see, though.
Yeah. If we had caught it right at the like crowning, I would have been like, okay, let's check this
Yeah,
shit
let's
out.
hang out
but-
for a few minutes.
I used to watch the Adult Swim live fish tank channel a lot. When I was
Yeah.
young.
Oh, hell yeah,
you guys
dude.
remember that?
Yeah,
I love that
yeah.
shit. Yeah, it's baller. Put that on my TV every fucking night.
Fuck yeah,
Shit
dude.
was sick.
There was a pet store down in Florida, and long story short, they had a big ass enclosure that had 2 lemurs in it, and you could spend $10 to go spend 5 minutes in the enclosure with these lemurs, and I did that, and it was the best $10 I had ever spent in my life.
Did you get
So-
chlamydia?
Pretty close, yeah.
I think that's cool.
I know.
They had a big branch in there, and where I was standing compared to the branch, it was about shoulder height. So at some point, a lemur came up, and they were standing on the branch, but they put their hands on my shoulders, so I was like face to face with this fucking lemur, and they stuck their tongue like 1.5 to 2 inches up my nose, and I could swear I almost felt it next to my eyeball. And I thought that was some of the coolest shit in the world, man.
That's unsanitary.
I would
That's
really
really
not. Yeah, I
unsanitary.
would
Yeah,
not.
I would
man.
walk out
See,
immediately.
one of the employees was in there with us, just kind of supervising. And when that happened, he kind of laughed and just said, "Hey, don't do that, don't do that."
Yeah.
whatever. But yeah,
You're
man,
fucking making out with the lemur, dude. What the fuck?
he was telling the lemur, "Don't do that, do that." Not me. I didn't do anything. I just let it happen.
Sure. What were you wearing?
All right.
Nothing.
What was the lemur wearing?
Nothing as well.
Okay, so we know what happened.
But no, man, that was super cool. That was genuinely the best $10 I've ever spent.
Okay, all right. Okay, okay, all right. Okay, hear me out. Okay,
okay,
all right.
okay,
Yeah,
okay.
okay, all right.
All right.
I have put serious amounts of deep thought into this.
I'm with you.
All right.
Multiple times, I have thought this
All right.
to myself. Never said anything to anybody, though. Multiple times, many times throughout the course of my life.
You never
How
said
old am I?
anything to me.
Yeah, exactly. I haven't said anything to you. Have I said anything to you about this?
Absolutely
Have you heard about
not.
this? Have you seen this?
I have not seen
No,
it. I
I'm
have not
using
heard
your
about
bits.
this.
I'm using your bits.
Thank you. Glad someone is.
Why, when there are heating elements that are the exact same size on each side of the machine, when I put the slice of bread in, does one side of my piece of toast always come out crispier and darker than the other?
I had a toaster forever ago that one side was like a Mickey Mouse face, and the other side was normal.
Yeah.
And so the side that had the Mickey Mouse face was always more cooked because there was more surface area for that metal to touch the piece of bread, and the other side only had just like the little strands.
Do you happen to know if the outside heating element heated it up more than the inside, or was it the inside that was hotter than the
I
outside?
think it was the outside heating element.
the outside was heating
I
up
think
more.
I think it's the outside heating element on both sides.
So that's probably
May-
what it is.
Slices.
Then, yeah.
Maybe because the power to the inside element gets split between the two.
That's a possibility.
You know what I'm
That is
saying?
a possibility.
Yeah.
Is you
It's
picking
possible.
up what I'm putting down?
No,
I am
no, not currently.
No, but
Because
that
I'm
is a
assuming you have a
possibility.
2-slot toaster,
I
right?
do have a 2-slot toaster.
What kind of sick fuck has a 4-slice toaster? Who needs that much goddamn toast?
Oh, I would. Your toast.
I
You
need
need
4
Hear me
slices?
out. Hear me out. Your toast gets cold before you can put the butter on it.
What the fuck are you doing with your
make,
life?
Make 2 bagels at a time, son.
Hey, like I said, they cool down before you can melt any of your toppings. Useless.
What are you doing with your life, man?
Dude, who the fuck are you?
Well, how long are you waiting before you put your toppings
As
on?
soon as I pull them out, and that butter's still not melting after 30 seconds, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean.
I'm
You
with
know
you.
what I mean.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
with
sometimes I want to retoast a slice so I can get the butter to melt into it.
You want to know what I usually do?
No, but I'm sure you're going to tell me.
Most of the time, I don't even use a toaster. I put the broiler on and stick that bitch in the stove, son.
What?
Shit works.
What? What?
Throw it in the stove.
No,
Put
shut
the
up.
broiler on.
Hold on. Shut up. Stop.
Put it
Stop
in the broiler
Stop
on.
talking. Shut
Or
up.
maybe like-
I'm talking to Jake. Shut up. Stop talking. What?
What is this man even talking
He's
about?
essentially a big
Did
toaster.
you just say the broiler?
The broiler
For his toast.
and he
In
keeps
the
saying
bottom?
in his stove, but I know
Yeah.
he means in the oven.
Yeah, I
you
know.
fucking know
There
what
is
I
no
mean.
broiler
Come
in the
on.
stove.
Yeah, I don't know how you even get inside of a stove.
You don't. You don't. I mean,
Whatever.
Oh man,
I'm-
directly on the rack.
I am
Do you think it's
thoroughly-
directly on the rack? No pan, no nothing.
You know what? Usually I'll put it on a
Like a baking sheet?
a pizza
Oh, like a wood stone?
sheet
Do you have like a stone?
with all the holes in it. You know what I mean?
Okay,
So
gotcha,
that way it's
gotcha.
still easy to grab out all in one piece, but you're still getting that airflow through the bottom.
don't punch your mic.
I
You act
understand what
like I
he's
did that shit on
saying, and I
purpose.
do not like it.
I also understand what you're
not like
saying,
it.
and I understand that it might make toast, but that is a mockery.
Ah,
That is wrong.
That
sir.
is
Well,
that is a disgusting, sycophantic recreation of something that should not exist.
tomato,
And
potato.
I'm moving on to my next time. I woke up the other day and I asked myself a serious question. Why do people who are missing an eye, instead of getting a glass eye, why don't they get something cool like a flashlight or a laser pointer and put it in there?
There's a guy that recently did that.
I
He
was
went
a-
hella viral for it.
Well, he took all the air out of it.
Why do they not put a light or a laser pointer or something useful in that spot? And I was going to say, instead of a glass eye, something nice. Well, after thinking that for exactly 0.4 seconds, I looked it up and I found this guy that had been going insanely viral. That
Yeah.
had a cool light.
That's funny.
Yeah.
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 And then I was going to say, question answered, but thanks.
He answered it for you.
Thanks for
I
that.
appreciate that.
And that's the end of Kiba's thoughts.
Oh man, how do you
Hell yeah.
feel? How do you feel, Connor?
Philosophical. Let me ask you something.
Yes.
You're stuck inside of a metal box with no doors, no windows, no apparent way out. Inside of the box with you is an axe and a table. How do you get out? Answer next week on Totally Not a Podcast.
You knock on the door and hope someone opens it?
There's no doors.
You didn't say that. You
I
said
did.
it was a box.
Play,
He did.
play
He did.
it
He
back.
did say
Play
no-
it back.
he did say no
I said no
doors.
doors.
No, don't
No
play
doors,
it
no
back. Don't
windows,
play
no
it.
apparent way out.
You fall
so I
face
knock-
first on the axe. You're suddenly out because your soul is gone.
Nah. You take the axe and you chop the table in half. Two halves make a hole. You jump through the hole. And you're fucking out, son.
Boo!
Hey, so I'm gonna mute him for the rest of the podcast. Okay. All right.
For everyone listening, tune in next week for the answer. Hopefully it's better than that one. Oh, sweet God. Hey, that was Kiba's Thoughts, everyone. Hope you liked it. Maybe
Loved
we'll
it.
hear more from him sometime soon. I have no idea.
Woo!
Was that Connor masturbating?
I think that was a
was.
soft clap.
Yeah.
Back on.
Yeah.
Hey, Kiba, the other day you told me that you went and saw a movie. My God, thank you for going to the theater. You saw Love Hurts. How was it?
I bet it hurt.
Did it hurt?
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I think that movie was very poorly directed and very, very poorly written.
Nice.
But I think that it had some good camera work
Yeah.
and a great cast, except for the leading lady, who was awful.
Who was the leading lady?
Somebody,
Was it Ariana?
Somebody.
whoever it was, she was awful.
Terrible.
Yeah, no, I'm serious.
Not even worth remembering.
Yeah, like I really want you both to watch this movie at some point because she is so bad.
Love hurts.
It was
Yeah.
Ariana DeBose, yeah.
Yeah.
She is, I believe, Oscar nominated.
For that?
Absolutely not. Come on.
Thank God.
She won. She won for
be
West
funny
Side
if-
Story. Yeah, she won for West Side Story.
Oh,
she was really good in that.
Would have been funny if it was for Love Hurts.
Garbage actress. But Ke-Huy Quan is the leading man in that, and I don't know if you remember him from Indiana Jones and the
Short
Temple
Round.
of Doom.
Hell yeah, man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
my dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, we watched that, and then we came home, and I made Shannon watch the Indiana Jones movie.
Yeah.
That way I could wait to see if she noticed. She did not recognize him.
I wouldn't.
So I had to start going, you recognize him? You
That guy?
recognize him?
Huh?
Yeah. Yeah, I was that fucking dude for about 30 seconds before I went, I'm kidding. It's the dude in the movie we watched earlier today.
Nah, I'm kidding.
I'm just joshing with you.
Yeah, I saw that trailer a while back and I went, haha, I'm gonna miss this one. That looks like
Yep.
shit. I also really like Key. I'm super glad that he won an Oscar as well. Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Yep.
Even though I did not really like that movie, I thought he was good in it.
I haven't seen it.
Really?
I haven't seen it, but I love him as an actor.
Yeah.
I love him so much.
I have not seen it either.
What?
Would you believe me?
That's the sound of Jake being shocked.
I can tell.
I am shooketh.
Shooketh.
From deep within. Yeah, I hope that he gets more work in the future. I hope that this is kind of the resurgence of his career.
I'm glad he's coming back to acting.
Yeah. In America. I think that he had been acting overseas.
Oh, okay.
Oh, but yeah. So, glowing review. 2 thumbs way up.
How many thumbs do you have?
2.
2?
So
Turn them
that's
upside
like the
down.
maximum.
That's how I feel.
Whoa, 2 thumbs way down. Hell yeah.
Actually, 1.5 thumbs down. 1 thumb halfway up.
I love that.
Honestly, get rid of the second thumb. Just one
half.
thumb, like a quarter of the way up.
So it's like Joaquin Phoenix and Gladiator. You're going,
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
that's exactly
yeah.
how I feel about that movie.
Yeah, that's a shame. I love that you very rarely go see movies in the theaters, and then the one that you do go see is dog shit. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
absolute dog shit.
Dude, I really do want to start going back to the theater. I just got to set aside some money for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I go every week.
I would like to
Yeah.
make that something that's a part of my life again, because I have a great time doing it, and I would love for it to be a thing that we do occasionally. It's like, we'll go pick something and go watch it.
Yeah, I
Talk about it as a group.
I see everything. I would love to be able to share my thoughts on movies.
Yeah,
I see
me
a
too.
bunch.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of, it was the motherfucking Oscars this past week.
God damn, son, it was.
Oh my god, I know you guys are fucking jazzed about it.
Hell
Jake
yeah.
live tweeted us via text.
I did,
the
I
entire ceremony,
Yeah.
and it was immaculate. I got all of the information I needed.
Everything
None
you
of the
need.
information I didn't. You know what I didn't get
Got
from
rid
you,
of
Jake?
all the fat.
What's that?
Not a single picture of someone's outfit, and that's what I like about you. Because
who
that's
gives
what
a shit?
everyone else is sharing, and I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck what you wore.
This isn't the Hunger Games.
Yeah.
God damn, you wore a dress. Cool. So did everyone
Sick.
else.
Yeah.
Oh man, guys, Demi Moore, she was robbed.
Yeah.
That's
was
what it
robbed.
sounds like.
She was fucking robbed. Bullshit.
Is it Demi or Demi?
I think it's Demi.
Demi?
Demi Moore. Yeah.
It's Demi.
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 Demi Moore.
Demi Moore.
Demi
Demi
Moore.
Moore.
Gorgeous, by the way. My God,
Yeah.
she's like 60. She's fucking gorgeous. Oh my God.
I don't think-
Oh my God.
I don't know the face. I've definitely heard the name, and I'd probably recognize her if I saw her, but I don't know what she looks
Probably.
like. Probably.
Probably. But yeah, the person who won over her, Mikey Madison, also phenomenal. She was in the movie that won the Best Picture, Anora, which I think both of you should watch. I think it is very good.
I've heard nonstop talk about it on the internet over the last week.
What is
Yeah.
it?
Anora.
Nora. I
It
don't think I
is-
have heard of this.
Yeah, it honestly doesn't surprise me. It's a really small movie that if you're not looking for it, you're not gonna know about it.
The only reason I'm probably even hearing about it is because of Oscars.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the fact that it swept, it won a shitload of them. Yeah, the guy who made it, Sean Baker, is a very talented indie director, and he makes indie movies. And this one really blew up for him.
He said he's a talented indie, or what did you say?
Indie
He's a
director.
talented indie director, and he makes indie movies.
Well, yeah, you don't, Connor. Do you know what an indie movie is?
I understand the
stop
concept,
talking,
but I
shut
couldn't
up, stop
give you the
talking,
definition
shut
of
up,
it.
shut up, stop talking.
Oh, thanks.
That was just funny the way you said that to me.
that was funny.
But yeah, it's very good. It's without going too much into it, because I never like to spoil too much about movies, but it's a stripper / escort who kind of falls in with this kid who has a shitload of money and is from Russia, and then they end up kind of falling in love, big air quotes, and it kind of goes from there. But it is a surprisingly funny movie too. I was not expecting it to be as funny and like clever as it was.
I was about to say. I've listened to a few podcasts where people talked about it, and from what I've heard, it catches you off guard because it starts off feeling like it's going to be very grimy and then
very
ends,
dramatic, yeah.
It ends very comedic.
Yeah, yeah. And not in a way that feels cheap either. There's a lot of
Yeah.
movies that will like throw out humor for just humor's sake, but this felt like it was deserved and natural. Yeah, beautiful camera work too.
Yeah.
Beautiful camera work. It was a very
Yeah,
good
well,
movie.
and it's a story as old as time. Pretty girl falls in love with fighter.
Also, one of my favorite things about it is the fact that this kid who is very wealthy has these kind of henchmen that are kind of watching over him.
I need some henchmen.
And my God, these are the most like bumbling henchmen ever.
Yeah.
They don't carry any guns and they are very polite and nice. It was like such a breath of fresh air because I thought they were going to show up and be these like Russian gangster tough guys. And
Just
no, they were
wearing
just, they were
glasses and
pleasant.
suits.
They were very pleasant.
They
It
were
was
very
nice.
average.
Yeah, I loved it. I loved it. I thought it was a nice kind of turn, but
That's the kind of henchman I would have too.
Yeah.
Be nice to people.
be nice. You need henchmen. You really do.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I
What,
need
did you?
some, yeah. Right when you said it.
I don't think he said
I don't
that.
think you
No,
said that either.
I did. I kinda-
I really don't.
I was like,
I
I don't-
really.
I
I
don't
don't think
remember when he
that's
said
true.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right. I didn't
Okay,
say
thank
that,
you,
did
thank
I?
you.
Good, that's good.
Yeah, I don't think I did say that.
Yeah, and Nora, everyone in this room at least, check it out.
Heard.
Yeah. Okay. I know you won't, Connor, but you should.
Well, thanks
I
for
might.
the brush up on the Oscars, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I like movies. I don't know if you
I
know,
know you
but I like movies.
I know you do.
Hey, do you guys want to play some games? So I have 2 brand new games this time around. Brand new.
yeah?
Never before seen.
yeah?
Coming out of the Brox. Brox. I said that weird.
So new.
Yeah, so fresh. Crisp.
So
Peel off the plastic
slick.
right now. First up, we have a game called Fact or Fiction. Oh my god, it's so brand new.
So new.
So new.
How do you play?
I'll tell you. Do you want me to
Okay.
tell you? I'll do it
Tell
right
us
now.
Yeah.
right now. Tell us
So
right
this game is
moment.
called Fact or Fiction. I have several statements, and I will tell them to you. You have to tell me if they are fact or if they are fiction. But
my God.
in typical Totally Not a Fashion, I'm going to make this as complicated as possible. You will each start with 10 coconuts. I will say it again. 10,
10 coconuts? 10 whole coconuts?
All of them. Yeah.
Can we cut them in half to make 20 half
Absolutely
coconuts?
not.
No.
How are you going to cut a coconut?
Yeah,
open?
dude, come on.
In this
You don't know
in this
me.
apartment, how are
Be-
you going to cut one open right now?
With my machete.
Yeah.
Be realistic.
Duh.
That's about as realistic as me punching a bullet. That's just fucking stupid.
That would work.
Yeah, it
though.
was.
It would.
wasn't
It really would.
It
That
was
would
stupid.
work.
Really
That
would.
was very stupid,
I could do
wasn't
that.
it?
I could
And
do that.
truthfully, if you have a machete, you could absolutely use that to cut open a coconut.
I don't think
And then
you
I
could.
could drink the water and then give you back the coconuts empty.
So you have 10 coconuts. I will read you the category, and you must decide how many coconuts you wish to wager. If you get it right, you will gain your wagered coconuts. If you get it wrong, you fucking lose them, and I get them. If you drop to 0 coconuts, you are out of the game. Game over. Sucks to be you.
Damn.
That sucks.
It does suck.
That is
Don't
rude.
do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it. The winner is the one with the most coconuts in the end. And, you know, hey, in the end, you may be able to trade those coconuts in for some sweet, sweet Jake bucks. Who knows? But are you guys ready?
I'm
Yep.
ready.
I think the best way to do this is whenever I am reading the question or reading the statement, talk freely however you want, but whenever it comes time, give me a thumbs up for fact and a thumbs down for fiction. That way we can kind of keep this without you guys biasing each other on whatever it is that you say.
Okay.
Just keep eyes on me. Maybe
Okay.
don't look at each
Yeah,
other.
let me turn this way.
Okay, so first category, nature.
Okay.
How many coconuts would you like to wager?
Me?
Sure.
5.
5.
Wow,
What a
big,
bitch.
big, right out the gate.
Already biased decisions being made.
There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. Is that fact or is that fiction? That is fact.
Hey, baby!
Kiba says fact. Connor says fiction.
Yeah.
How can that be true?
It is estimated that on planet Earth there are 3 trillion trees. In the Milky Way galaxy, there are about 400 billion stars.
Really?
So there are more. There are less than half the amount of stars than there are trees.
Baby, you get fucked.
Really? Okay.
I know my space.
Wow,
Interesting.
starting out strong.
Interesting. I had no idea.
Dude, I've stay stroking.
You-
My right hand stays strong.
You said stars in the Milky Way galaxy, and I thought, absolutely not. There's no fucking way.
All right, up next, actors. What would you like to wager?
2.
5.
Nice. Okay. Before making it big, Danny DeVito was a hairdresser for the corpses in his sister's mortuary. Fact or fiction? That is fact. We have fact from both Kiba and
Shit.
Connor.
Yeah,
Hell
baby.
yeah.
That's actually one of my favorite fun facts about him.
Did you know that
Yeah,
already?
I did know that.
favorite fun facts.
I only know that because of It's Always Sunny's behind the scenes stuff.
Oh, really? Did they talk about it there?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he talks about looking dead.
I thought that was so wild. That's such a odd thing. Like, who would ever think that?
Yeah, but it makes sense once you know.
Yeah, right.
I would have never
He
done
looks
that.
like a dude that works as a hairdresser in a morgue.
Love you. I love Danny DeVito.
Oh, yeah.
Dude's a sweetheart.
Oh, my
I
God.
love that guy.
Please come be on our podcast.
Please.
Yeah.
Fly out here. On your dime, though.
Yeah, I was about to say, you
on
gotta
your
pay for
dime.
it.
you heard my immediate,
Up next, marine life. How much would you like to wager?
5.
Fun, yeah, 5.
You
5
silly
for both.
bitch.
If you
Connor, you
listen-
are at
cheater.
7. If you lose this, you're going to be at 2.
That's okay. And if
Okay.
you listen closely, I was going before you said 5.
Okay, sure.
In 1976, an Australian man survived unassisted for 19 hours, submerged completely underwater at the Great Barrier Reef. He survived off small pockets of trapped air within the reef. Is this fact or is this fiction?
How is that marine life? That's a human survival story.
Yeah, I gotta side with him on that, just because it happens in the water.
At the Great Barrier Reef, that is marine life.
Yeah, well, the Great Barrier Reef
but-
is, but not this guy's life.
That is fiction. I completely made that up. They both said fact. They both.
I was gonna say that's just crazy enough to be real.
Yeah, there was a little too much detail.
Thank you.
I should
appreciate
have. No,
that.
I should have known it was fake because there was a little too much detail.
I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. For everyone at home, Connor is at 2
I'm at
coconuts.
2 right now.
That's low. That's real low. We have a lot to go.
That's basically where he starts every day.
At a 2?
At a 2.
No, with just 2 coconuts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You need at least a third.
Fucking got him.
And then Kiba's at 15. He's doing very well. Good job.
Thank you.
Good job. You're doing
Thank you very much.
Good job.
Wow. Very nice.
That was very close. That was good. I'm proud of you, son. Do you want me to put that one on the fridge?
Up next category. Food and beverage. How many coconuts would you like to wager?
2.
5.
Wow. Connor, going all in. You really need to get this.
Yeah.
Certain kinds of apples, like Fuji and Gala, can heal small scratches on their skin over time due to a natural oxidation process. Boys, that's false.
Yeah, I got it.
Connor gets it.
Got it.
Kiba loses it.
Idiot. I'll let you have that. I'm going to leave him with that one.
Immediately, he's like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you earned that.
Connor, that brings you to 4. Kiba,
Nice.
that brings you to 10. You were really up there, and you're kind of falling down. Be careful.
Oh,
Be careful.
man.
All right, gentlemen. The next one, marijuana.
4.
4.
Okay.
Biased.
Okay, but sure.
Marijuana seeds were once used as a form of currency in ancient Egypt. Is this fact or is this fiction?
I got my answer on the board.
I'm thinking. Hold on.
Kiba is thinking. Everyone. We are holding.
I almost immediately went for one, but
I pretty much
Do you need me
did.
to repeat it?
Do it just
Yeah.
to kill time.
Okay. Marijuana seeds were once used as a form of currency in ancient Egypt. Kiba is saying false, fiction. Connor is saying fact. That's fiction.
Damn.
Connor is out of the game. That brings Connor to 0, and that brings Kiba to a grand total of 6.
I'm
14. No, 14.
Yeah, I was about
I'm
to
sorry.
say, holy
I
shit.
took those away from me for a
Yeah.
second. 14. Connor, I have a proposition for you.
Let's hear it.
You currently, in the bank, have 4 Jake Bucks.
Yeah, let's do it.
You can trade those in for 2 more coconuts if you wish.
Let's do it.
Okay.
so you're going to go down to 0 Jake
Yep,
Bucks for
yep.
2 coconuts.
Yep.
Wow.
It's all
Wow.
about priorities.
Wait,
And what's important to you.
Your priority's not continuing to get closer to winning?
Oh, I'm going to get closer to winning, son.
I mean, you might. You very well might.
I'm going to get closer to winning.
We'll see. We'll see. Up next, sports. How many
Yeah, you might have
coconuts?
fucked up, bud.
How many coconuts would you like to wager?
I'm going to wager 2.
Both are wagering 2. The Olympic flame has been continuously lit since 1844. Is this fact or is this fiction? Kiba is saying fact. Connor is saying fiction. Everybody, that is fiction.
You didn't know that they had to fucking relight the thing every Olympics? That's where they have the guy with the torch and...
No.
No?
That is true, but the Olympic flame has been continuously lit since 1928.
28. Okay, so...
So you were also fucking wrong.
He was right, but in the most wrong way.
Yeah.
As a fun fact, the first modern Olympic Games was started in 1896, well after the date that I said. So,
Huh.
next up, food and beverage. How many coconuts would you like to wager?
3. 4.
Okay, all right. Doritos were invented at Disneyland. In order to not let leftover tortillas go to waste, they began frying them into chips, which soon became known as Doritos. Is this fact or is this fiction?
Ooh.
Are these locked in, gentlemen?
Yeah.
Connor is saying fiction. Kiba is saying fact. That's fact. Isn't that crazy?
Oh, shit,
that is how
kinda
Doritos
crazy.
started.
That's
Yeah.
kind of crazy.
That is absolutely wild. Connor, you are back down to 1. You
I
were playing
was-
a dangerous fucking game, buddy.
I was thinking if Disney created it, there would still be a Disney logo on it somewhere or something. I would think Disney
I don't
would want to
think
keep a name
I
on
don't
it.
know
think
if-
they could patent potato chip.
Yeah.
But
It's
that's
also
not potato chip, idiot.
Tortilla chip.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
you know what
I have
mean.
no idea how that came to be, that maybe the person at the restaurant maybe owned it and was able to sell it and not Disney itself. I have no idea.
Yeah,
but
who knows?
That's an interesting factoid. Look
It
it up.
is.
All right, up next. Human anatomy. Connor, I know you're going to wager one of those coconuts.
Just one of them.
Kiba, what do you got? You have 8 currently.
I'm going to wager 1.
1. Fuck yeah, you are.
Should have done all 8. We should have both gone all in.
Why?
Why not?
Over the course of your life, the human body produces enough saliva to fill 2 swimming pools. Is this fact or is this fiction?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Connor is saying fact. Kiba is saying fiction. Everybody, that is fact. That's
Ooh, told
gross,
you,
but
told
that
you.
is.
I
that
feel
is
like
fact.
you produce more saliva than that.
2 normal-sized swimming pools. Yeah,
I feel like in my life, I'm going to produce more saliva than that.
you might. You're a very slobbery boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
guess.
know that on average you swallow 8 guitar picks in your sleep every year?
He's right. That is a fact.
Is that for truesies?
That is a fact.
That's
That is
realsies.
for realsies.
Shit. Goddamn. All right. Next one. American history. How many coconuts would you like to wager? Connor, you're at 2. Kiba, you're at 7.
Let's do 2.
1.
Nice. The U.S. government once planned to nuke the moon. Is this fact or is this fiction?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Both are saying fact. Really?
I'm pretty sure I've heard about this.
Because fuck yeah, that is fact.
Yep. That is fact.
That is 100% fact. The U.S. planned to do that in order to intimidate Russia during the Cold War. How fucking stupid is that?
Very.
Yep.
But hey, here it is. Up next. Also, Connor, you were at 4. Kiba, you're at 8.
Heard.
This one's just for you, buddy. Next category, Florida.
Hey. 2.
3.
Bitch.
In Florida, to try and help curb the growing black bear population, scientists gave them human birth control. Is that fact or is that fiction?
Locked in.
Locked in.
Kiba is saying fact. Connor is saying fiction. It's Florida. That's just stupid enough to be true. That is fact.
Yeah,
Is it
baby.
fact?
Absolutely fact.
Yeah,
Down
baby.
there.
There was a growing black bear population, and I believe I read that it did not work. Believe it or not,
Really?
that did not work.
Wow.
Surprise, surprise.
Color me shocked.
Kiba, that brings you up to 11. Connor, you are down to 2. You are just...
Floating at the bottom the
yeah,
whole
you
time.
are circling the drain, buddy.
Hell yeah.
Up next, the category is video games. How much would you like to wager?
2.
4.
Very early in Halo's development, Master Chief was originally named Cyber Commando 117 before taking on the iconic name Master Chief. Is this fact or is this fiction?
Ooh, see, I feel like I've heard that he did have a different name, but I don't know if it was that. Yeah, true. Yeah, me too. I didn't mean to say true, but me too.
They are both saying fact. That's stupid. That is fiction. That is 100% fiction.
Ah,
I just think back to that Macworld presentation with the dinosaurs and shit, you know?
was he ever supposed to have a different name?
I don't think so.
I don't
No?
think he ever actually looked it up. I think he just made that up.
I just made that up.
Yeah.
And then I
Huh.
Googled to see if that was true and nothing came up. And I went, okay, perfect.
Nice. Okay.
Wow. Connor, back to 0 once more.
I'll
And
give you 4 more Jake Bucks for 2 more.
Yeah.
You have to.
How did we end
I don't
up?
think so.
How did we end up at the same spot? I have 1 extra point. I was at 6 and you were at 0. Now I'm at 7 and you're at 0.
All right, but we still have 1 more. So unfortunately, Connor, you are out. But Kiba, American cities, how much would you like to wager?
2.
2.
Want to end it with a crisp 5 at the very least.
In the early 1800s, the city of Chicago was established as a safe haven from the government. Many criminals would escape to the city to avoid capture and jail time. In the 1850s, it was officially incorporated into the U.S. Is this fact or is this fiction?
Fiction.
He is saying fiction, and everybody, that is fiction. I just made that up this
Ah,
morning.
dang. I had my thumb up like it was fact.
For everyone at home, it was established in the late 1700s as a simple trading town, and that was it.
Shit.
And it grew into what it is now.
Good for Chicago.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Shout out to Brian636, the moto vlogger that tells people about Chicago history, who taught me that.
Yeah. Shout
Oh, wait,
out to
you got that
guy.
right, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wrote that the wrong way. Oh my God, Connor,
Yo.
you did so well, man. You did so well.
You
You
got
brought it back down
fucked,
to
dude.
0 twice.
Yep.
And Kiba, you had 9 coconuts.
Yeah.
Would you like to turn those in for some Jake Bucks? I think you should.
I'd love to.
I think you should. That
It sounds great to me.
Yeah.
Thank you, Jake.
Is it still 2 per 1?
it is.
Yeah.
It is. So that gives you 8. You have 8 Jake Bucks.
I have 8 Jake Bucks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because we round down.
Wow. Okay.
And you still have 1 coconut left too, as some change.
You know what?
Maybe next time.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead, throw that extra coconut out instead of donating it.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah,
Yeah.
right in the landfill.
Yeah.
Yeah, right in the landfill.
Yeah, honestly.
Because another one of us here could
you
have
know,
used it.
hey, we're going to pop a hole in it, let all the water out first.
Oh, of course. Of course.
Just in case somebody goes looking for it.
9 coconuts, that brings you to 4 Jake Bucks, which brings you to 31 as your total.
That could have been me.
Could have been, but it's not because you're at fucking 0. Oh my god, how do you
Fucking
feel?
loser.
How do you fucking feel?
Surprisingly, all right.
Good. It's just the way I like it.
Good.
All right, is everyone ready for our next game? Brand new.
I'm so ready.
Let's hear it.
It's the Newlywed Game, guys. It's the Newlywed
Wow.
Game.
I don't know what that is.
Well, let me tell you. This is the Newlywed Game. Connor and Kiba, you guys have just tied the knot. But before you guys start your happily ever after together, I'm gonna check and see how well you two really know each other. I hope it's well.
I do too.
Yeah, I really do. So how this is going to work is we're going to play 2 rounds. In the first round, I will ask a question. Connor will write his answer down on this board. Kiba has to guess what it is.
Ooh.
If he is correct, you will both get Jake Bucks. Then, in round 2, we will swap positions. At the end, whoever gets more correct will win a few extra Jake Bucks. But this is largely a cooperative game. Hopefully you guys know each other well.
I hope so.
So well.
You
So
better
well.
fucking know me.
All right, Connor, are you
Let's hear
ready
it.
to go first?
Yep.
Here is the board.
Let me see the board.
What is your confidence level at? right now?
Honestly, not very high.
Kiba, how well do you know Connor?
Pretty well.
If Connor ordered pizza, what toppings would he order right now?
Pepperoni.
Wait for him to write.
Oh.
Wait for him to write.
Oh, yeah. Well, I only have 2 toppings, so I already spoiled one of them.
Okay.
All right, what do you got?
Pepperoni, pineapple.
That's pretty close.
Canadian
Very
bacon?
close.
No,
No, pepperoni, pineapple, and sausage.
what is it?
Extra cheese and pineapple.
Ah,
This
extra
man does not
cheese.
want any meat anywhere near
I
his
feel like
pizza.
extra
I-
cheese doesn't count.
I do.
That's not another topping. That's
really
just
isn't.
the same topping.
You did not get that, believe it or not.
Idiot.
Damn.
You make fun of me for making pineapple pizza all the time, eating pineapple pizza all the time.
Yeah, that's why I said pineapple, dumbass.
All right, Kiba.
Yes.
What is Connor's go-to coffee order?
Don't say it.
Thank you, Connor. Thank you.
I
Right.
Don't
faster.
remember what it's called, dude.
Right faster.
He doesn't remember what it's called. How do I know what it's called and you don't?
okay.
Kiba, what is it?
It's a hazelnut chocolate coffee iced from Stella Nova.
That's the one.
That's it.
What I.
That is it. That is it.
I put chocolate hazelnut cream shit.
It's a chocolate hazelnut iced coffee, so you were kind of close.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I knew what you were talking about though, and that is exactly what I was talking about.
Oh, and that is a correct answer.
I order it for him all the time.
That is 1 Jake Buck apiece. Oh my god, don't spin it all at once. Up next, of the 2 of you, who is more likely to lose their phone?
Oh. Go ahead, Kiba.
Connor is.
Yeah.
That is what he wrote.
Yeah.
He said it. Yeah.
I've watched him sit his phone down and walk away from it, and on the other side of the room go, where's my phone?
Wait, hang on.
Like fucking 30
Hundreds of
seconds
times.
after he walks away from it.
Oh, that's funny.
He's left the phone in the bathroom before he has to run back there and grab it.
Yep, this is true.
Hey, Kiba, what is Connor's favorite holiday?
Oh. You really?
He's
Should
having a hard time.
I am kind of, because there's like 2 that I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I'll do the big one.
Okay.
Thanksgiving?
Oh shit!
That is what he wrote. He wrote Thanksgiving.
It was in between Thanksgiving and Halloween because of the food and the candy.
The other one,
Yeah.
the other one was go skateboarding day.
Oh,
That's not a real holiday.
That's
No.
That's why I went with the big one.
I knew it was going to be food or candy related.
Oh, that's funny. I also thought Halloween was gonna be what he wrote.
I'm acing this shit.
You're doing well. You've
Yeah.
got 3 out of the 4 correct so
Yeah,
far.
well, I
You're
got
doing good.
half of the first one correct, even though I didn't get
Wow.
points. I still consider that a win.
Yeah.
You
yeah.
really know me. You pay attention.
I do.
All right. Of the 2 of you, who is more likely to cry during a sad movie?
Me.
Oh, that's what I wrote. Me. Because I can be a bitch, dude.
You don't watch movies though.
That
so-
is
Yeah,
true.
but that doesn't mean I haven't cried during a movie.
Wow.
What movie have you cried during?
I would potentially still give him that just because that.
What
could
movie
go
Why?
have you
Why would
cried
you?
during?
You both
why
said the
movie
wrong-
have you cried?
In my head, that could go either way. I don't fucking know.
What movie have
What?
you cried during?
Up. I can't think of any more right now. But I will say,
Cried one time.
I will say, I remember when Up was still in theaters and people were saying at the beginning of the movie it made him cry because the wife gets cancer and dies and blah, blah, blah. But for me, it was at the end when they made it to that island and he sits down and starts flipping through that photo book and he reaches that last photo of his wife and then he flips the page and it says, keep on dreaming or keep fucking doing whatever you're doing. Fucking tore me up, man. It fucking did.
I think you're wrong, but I did answer that question incorrectly because you put you. I think you're wrong, though. I think you're incorrect.
Kiba, what is Connor's go-to fast food place? That was a maniacal laugh for that.
I'll show you why I'm laughing in a minute. Go ahead.
What do you got, Kiba?
McDonald's.
No! Wendy's. But I wrote Wendy's.
That's right. Wendy's also my go-to.
Really?
Love that bacon.
All I hear
that's what I get, too.
all I hear
Yeah.
you fucking talk about is McDonald's.
That's just because it's closest and cheapest on the app at work.
Yeah.
Wendy's, the Baconator with a small side of the spicy nuggets.
Fucking S tier. No spicy nuggets for me, just drugs. Thanks.
Oh, please, dear God. All right, finally, we're at the last one. Kiba, what is Connor's favorite video game?
See, there's one that I know you're thinking of.
In the heart of hearts.
And it's I'm not
In the
gonna
heart of
say
hearts,
it.
what is your favorite video game?
Oh, God. Oh, God.
He's having a tough time.
I am having a tough time. I'm going to go with one that touched my childhood. I'll say that.
He is giving a small hint to Kiba.
What the fuck kind of hint is that? I wasn't there for your childhood. You're in your 30s. We met a year ago.
Most
That is a big hint. I knew what he meant before he wrote
See,
it whenever he said that.
most specifically, so you know that it's not Hollow Knight.
Yes. Yeah, that was the
Kingdom
big
Hearts?
hint.
Yeah, that was
Kingdom Hearts?
No.
No?
Tony Hawk.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah.
Yeah,
we talked about
no,
it yesterday.
You can't say Tony Hawk. Is it Pro
Absolutely can.
Skater?
Fuck
Pro
yeah.
Skater 3? Pro Skater 2? Pro Underground? What?
I would have accepted any of them.
American Wasteland?
I just wrote
Love
Tony
American
Hawk.
Wasteland.
The entire up until about Wasteland. Once like Project 8 came out, I started.
That was
getting
the
a little
last
bit
one
out
for
of it.
me.
Yeah.
After that, we can.
Wasteland was the last one for me.
Yeah.
Wasteland was great.
I love Wasteland. I love the aesthetic, the neon.
How many do you think you got right?
I don't know, like 60% of them?
At least 3.
He's not wrong.
Wow.
Yeah, you got 3 out of those 7 right. That's, okay.
Was it really only 3?
Only 3 out of 7.
Oh, wow, yeah.
Oh shit. Okay, I thought you had more than
Yeah,
that,
because
right?
we didn't count the crying thing.
Yeah.
And also the pineapple didn't count.
No,
Yeah.
wasn't exactly correct. All right, Connor, how well do you know Kiba?
I want to say pretty well. About
What?
5 or 6.
Out of 1 million. Wow,
Yeah.
that's high. What is Kiba's favorite TV show?
Oh.
Wait for him to write.
God. Breaking Bad.
I'm not done.
That doesn't matter. You still have it locked in.
Okay, now I'm done.
Breaking Bad.
He's correct.
Yeah.
He is correct.
I felt like
Breaking Bad.
that was a gimme.
That's
Yeah.
that's the one I feel like I've heard you talk about the most.
Yeah, that show's so fucking good.
Yeah.
Ozymandias!
What?
Ozymandias!
It's so good.
Once you said, I'm not done, I was like, oh shit, I got it wrong.
I fucked it up.
And then you stuck to it even when you had a chance to change.
Well, because I already said it so loud, confidently.
Who is more likely to survive in the wild with no supplies?
Oh. Easy. Easy.
Locked in.
Kiba.
Kiba.
Yeah. Easy. Easy.
You're giving him all the ringers, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Hell yeah. That's about to change. Hey, Connor, what is Kiba's dream vacation spot?
Oh shit.
I don't know. I'm kidding.
I feel like we're both guessing.
I'm kidding. I actually know a place.
Do you have one?
Locked in.
Dubai.
Pikes Peak, Colorado.
Really?
I wrote Colorado, and I would have accepted Colorado, but Pikes Peak.
You can go there tomorrow.
Yep.
That's your dream vacation spot, really.
I don't I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to see, but I don't have a lot of stuff that I want to see besides nice, pretty curvy roads and nature and good climate. That's what I
Interesting.
want.
Poor choice.
I thought you would have gone for Japan to work on your Japanese and for the culture of Japan itself.
That's probably what I would have picked at any other point in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Literally up until a couple weeks ago, that would have been it. It would have been probably Ikebukuro, probably.
Interesting.
Like, yeah, Ikebukuro, Japan.
I am shocked.
Why'd you pick Dubai?
Because I had no idea.
You didn't think about Japan either? Because I assumed you would think about Japan.
Yeah.
I actually did not think about Japan.
Really, that's what I assumed. Yeah.
I just kind of thought of an expensive-looking, fancy place.
Oh, I thought for sure he would have gone straight for what you went for.
When I look at Kiba, I think Middle East.
Yeah.
Deserts.
Yeah.
Nothing but deserts. Connor, what is Kiba's favorite animal?
Define animal. This is just any living creature besides a human?
Yes.
And a bug. Besides bugs.
A real life
are
animal that is not a human or a bug. Yeah.
Bugs are animals. Technically, humans are animals too.
Shut the fuck up. What?
Locked in.
Truthfully, I've got no idea. I'm going to go with dog.
Dog.
Yeah, dog. Absolutely. Well done. Hey.
Yeah.
Connor, you're at 3.
In my heart
you were
and soul,
tied up.
I knew somehow.
All right, Connor. Kiba just sat down at his computer. He pulled up YouTube. What YouTube channel is he visiting first?
I almost just spit it right out. Don't think about it. Just go with what's your first thought.
Okay. Locked in.
Rooster Teeth.
Nicholas Diorio.
Damn it!
Rooster Teeth's dead, bro.
Yeah, I watch some of their videos on occasion, but I don't watch a ton of their stuff anymore.
Yeah.
I didn't know if you were going to be a bitch and say ours or not.
Me?
It actually normally is. The first time I sit down at my computer at home, I go to our channel to see how it's doing.
Yeah.
Check out the views, check
makes
out
sense.
anything. Yeah.
I'm honestly glad you said something else, though. Connor, who has better tattoos? What do you think he is going to say?
I think he's going to say me.
It's your final lock-in?
Yep.
Kiba.
Of course.
Oh,
I think you have more tattoos than me, but I think my line work is pretty crispy.
Okay.
Respectfully.
respectfully, of course. Nothing but respect here at the Totally Nota office.
Nothing but love and respect.
Yeah, no, we don't dog on each other's tattoos, even
Oh,
though
no,
I mean,
absolutely
we
not.
totally could. I have anime
Yeah.
tattoos, and he has a Walking Dead tattoo. We could spend all day talking shit to each other. We could spend all day dragging each other down.
All right, finally, this is for the win. Otherwise, it is a tie game.
Oh shit, we might tie, and then with
Oh shit! Really? I wasn't
it's
paying any
possible.
attention to
It's
that.
possible. Connor, what is Kiba's alcoholic drink of choice?
Oh shit! I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
locked in
Vodka Red Bull.
vodka Red Bull.
Yeah, come on.
Shit, okay.
That was GG easy.
You've been watching me stream
I
while
know,
I drink
that's why-
vodka Red Bulls religiously.
That's why I was saying, dude. I feel like I should know this, but I don't.
Wow, that brings us to the end. Connor, you got 4 right. Kiba, you got 3 right.
Hell yeah! I sucked your dick.
Oh. Okay.
So that is overall 7 correct answers. You both get 7 Jake Bucks. Would you please be a dear and write that on the board, Kiba? But with that, Connor, you were in the lead. You won that game.
You've got 7 Jake Bucks now.
A total of 7.
That's wild that you went from 4 to 0 and then back to 7 with only 2 games played.
It's a roller coaster,
And I
honestly.
hit 0 twice.
That is true. And so, since you got more correct than Kiba, you get an additional 5 Jake Bucks. That actually brings you up to, would that be 12?
12? Yeah, that's
17,
12.
17, 17, 17.
So at the
take 12.
at the end of the games, Connor, that brings you to 12 Jake Bucks. Oh my God!
And
And Kiba,
I know that shitty looking line there. It is actually a 3. Sorry.
I don't have my glasses on. I can't see.
that means Kiba is at 38. That's pretty good.
Thank you.
Doing well, both of you. Both of you doing well. That brings us to the recommended page. Who would like to go first? Kiba, Connor, what do you got?
I'll go first.
Hit me.
I'm going to recommend Brian636. He is a moto vlogger, does content on the internet, does some historical content, and a series called Hood Eats, where he goes through different restaurants in Chicago's non-so-nice neighborhoods and gives the history and talks about the food and does reviews. He's also a wonderful stunt rider.
Is he based out of Chicago?
He is.
I assume.
He is, yeah. He's a
That's
great
cool.
stunt rider, too. Travels all over the world. He's got some wonderful videos of him stunt riding in Japan on the highways and then getting banned from ever going back to that country.
That's really cool. Yeah. I believe that you have shown me a video or 2 of his.
I believe I have. He's a very quality guy, good content, just a good down-to-earth guy, and incredibly skilled motorcycle rider.
What Hood Eats? Is that the name of that?
Yeah, Hood Eats from Brian636.
Yeah, that's very cool. Very cool. All right. What do you got, Connor?
I am going to say something that was actually brought up in the podcast today. The Tony Hawk games. The other day you were talking about the 3rd and 4th one coming out, and I barely even knew that they were remaking the 3rd and 4th one. I heard about it one other time, like 2 days before you brought it up. But yeah, since that one's coming out, check out the 1 and 2 remake. The remake was so good.
It was phenomenal.
The original games fucking
I haven't
are
touched
such
the
a big.
remakes.
They're such a big part of my childhood. It got me into skateboarding, and it just influenced me in so many ways, man. I loved the Tony Hawk series. I could cry talking about it right now.
I played a little bit of 1 and 2 for sure. I don't know if I ever played 3 and 4 back in the day, but it wasn't until Underground, whenever Thug came out, that I really started getting into the skateboarding games. And my god, I hope they remake Thug 1 and 2.
I would love that.
Yeah.
I haven't played any of the remasters or remakes. I'm excited to do that with you guys on the
Yeah.
channel.
Oh, I am
I haven't
too.
touched these games in over a decade, so this is going to be a really
fresh.
very nostalgic experience for me. Probably a little bit more than a lot of the other games we play on the channel. This will be it going back for me, you know?
Man, I've joked around about it a bunch of times, but I remember when I first downloaded the 1 and 2 remake and loaded it up on the Xbox, and then like it gets through all the fucking company names and stuff, and the main menu pops up, and it starts playing Superman by Goldfinger.
Yeah.
And that shit, again, just almost brought a tear to my eye, man. I was like, oh my god.
It's so. Do you have a favorite map from 1 and 2?
I guess just to throw one out there, I would say the very first map on the first one, the warehouse.
The warehouse,
just
yeah.
because
It's
that's
iconic.
the iconic
Yeah,
fucking Tony Hawk map. But other than that, no, I don't really have a favorite map.
Yeah, 1 and 2, I am sure is probably not that much, but it is almost certainly at some point going to come to Game Pass since it's an Activision game and Xbox owns Activision. Who knows when? But 3 and 4 come out in July sometime, and they are day one on Game Pass.
We'll be
if you have
playing them.
it. Yeah,
We'll be playing them too.
I
You
will.
might, if you hop on and play online, you might play with us.
I've
very
already told my girlfriend that I'm going to be ignoring her for several days after that comes out.
fuck yeah.
What else
As you
is
should.
new?
As you should. Oh, and for me, I am going to recommend a band called New Politics. It is a pop punk band. They have been around for a while. They are Danish, I believe. I think they're from Denmark. Their first album is really solid. It's self-titled, just New Politics, and just about every single song off that album hits. It's that very classic pop punk sound, but coming from Danes is kind of wild.
Yeah.
It blends a little bit of that kind of rap rock kind of sound in there in moments, but yeah, very, very cool. Some of their later stuff I don't jive with. They get more on the pop side of pop punk, and it goes away from that in a big way, but
Yeah.
hey, to each their own. But that first album, really solid. Everyone should check it out if you've been craving some of that classic Blink-182 kind of like sound.
Okay.
Yeah, Nuclear War, Dignity, some of my favorites off that album. Really good. Everyone check it out.
Shit.
We will.
Hell yeah, as you should.
What's the band called?
New Politics.
God,
New
dude, weren't you
Politics.
listening?
Yeah.
I was.
This Monday, we just put out a new video of Killing Floor 2. Check it out if you haven't already.
Yeah.
I really enjoy playing that series, and by playing it, I mean sitting and watching someone else play it, because my god, I don't enjoy playing it. But I like
It's
watching other
intense.
people in this room play it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling Kiba the other day, you guys brought up Killing Floor, and long story short, was like, I don't feel like I remember recording that with them, and then like looked it up online and didn't look familiar. I was like, yeah, dude, was I with you guys? And whatever. I may have said that in the chat, but
You did.
yeah.
Yeah, you did. You were like, was I there? And we were both like, no. No, you
Yeah,
weren't.
we put out 2 episodes, I believe, of
We
Killing
did,
Floor
we
2,
did.
and they were a while ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm excited to get back into it.
It's been a year since you and me have played it.
Yeah, for sure. Killing Floor 3 comes out at the end of this month, I
And we
believe.
will be doing a video of it day one. That video will come out the night of that game's release. I'm very excited. Tell your friends.
Yeah, keep your eyes peeled all the way open, because it's coming for you.
Yeah, it is.
This Friday, we have yet another Resident Evil 4 OG.
Everyone.
It's coming out every single Friday until we finish it. And we're kind of getting there. We're
We are.
almost done with the
We are
castle.
getting
We've
there.
got a little bit left. We're kind of close. But then after that, we're going to be in the last area of the game. And boys, I am scared.
You should.
I'm scared.
You should be.
Legitimate terror is
Yeah.
washing over my body every time I drive up here, because I know I have to fucking play that shit.
But you're so close to the end.
Don't worry. I did some of my special magic for us again.
Thank
You
Jesus
gotta
Christ.
pick up some extra ammos
I
and
did.
shit.
I did.
Yeah.
I went and replayed the last 4 chapters of the game.
Appreciate that. I will try my best to not piss it away, but
No, you
won't.
be
You
prepared.
won't.
No, you won't.
No, you not even remotely.
You both saw right there. Oh,
The veil
man.
was very thin.
Yeah, it was. It really was. You could see right through it. Oh, man. But hey, Kiba, you have been killing it on the streams lately, honestly. You've been streaming pretty regularly.
Yes.
You're doing a great job.
I have.
You've been doing a great job.
I've been having a blast doing it. It's been super fun. I just want to give a shout out to some of the homies who have been in there. Smalls, my boy Dickie, you are an angel. I love you. Danny also killing it. He hops in at least every other stream.
Yeah.
We got the
Daniel.
homeboy Zero.
Zero.
Be Strange, your boy has been hopping in every now and then. That's been awesome. We had another buddy, Sean. Thank you guys all so much. It's awesome having people in there and chatting, even when the other two guys aren't here.
Yeah.
I love to
Even-
get drunk and just fucking yell at that camera.
Even a couple coworkers.
Yeah.
Chelsea, Alex.
Yeah, it's been a great time having them in too. Anybody who will communicate has been
Yeah,
awesome.
anybody who jumps in, we
Yeah.
appreciate it.
Yeah. If you want to jump in at any point, I mean, yeah, like Kiba said, we're all pretty interactive. I mean, you say Kiba is very interactive with the chat, and people are in there. Even though there's not a ton of people watching, people are in the chat. You can hop in and talk to someone at any stream.
There's always at least one person active in the chat, and I pay very close attention to it. I might be about 30 to 45 seconds off, but I will always respond to you if you hop in.
Yeah. Do you have a loose kind of streaming schedule that you kind of go by?
Whatever days I can.
Very loose.
Yeah,
that is about the loosest it could be.
Some days I get off work after working a 13-hour shift and I come home and I stream. Some days I get off after a 13-hour shift and I need to go to bed.
I get that.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, I understand.
Yeah, I stream as often as I can, though. I'm trying to catch 3 streams a week. I've been pretty consistent with that lately. So just check back.
Yeah.
3
Proud of
nights
you,
a week,
dude.
there will be a stream.
Yeah. And pretty much all of them go VOD afterwards,
Almost
right?
every single one of them
Yeah.
does. And they
So-
normally go up about 45 minutes after the stream happens. So if you want to check it, it'll be there.
Beautiful. Hey, everyone listening, thank you. We honestly appreciate every single one of you listening. If you enjoyed this in any way, shape, or form, please, dear God, go subscribe. We appreciate every single person that does. Tell a friend, shout it from the rooftop. We are, at the time of this recording, we are at 96 subscribers, which honestly is not a ton, but for me, it's like every time I see that, it's like, wow,
That's
that
big.
feels like a big accomplishment.
It's
Yeah.
monumental for
Yeah.
guys that have been building it with no virality.
Yeah, none.
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
completely
This is-
grassroots organic.
Yeah, we are building a community from the ground up. And I know that sounds corny to say, but we are.
Yeah,
it's true.
We've got some people that are consistent with it, and we love you guys. We appreciate it a ton, and we will also stay consistent with it as long as you do.
Yeah, exactly. We are at 96. We are so close to 100. If you could help us get over that hump, we would love it. That is kind of our first goal, and after that, baby, we're going for 1,000.
Yeah.
We are at, that will be 10% of our goal. 1,000 subs. That's monumental, but I genuinely believe we can get there.
Oh, yeah.
I was
Yeah.
about to say that. I'm confident that we will get there. It will
Yeah.
just take time.
We've grown by a margin of almost 50% in the last month and a half.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah, absolutely
I
insane.
really would like to keep that up.
Whenever the year started, we put out our very first episode of TNL.
62
and we were at
subscribers.
62 subscribers.
We're at 96 subscribers now. Yeah, we've gone up 34.
I feel like when I came along, you guys were in the 40s.
Yeah, we were just barely in the 40s when you
Yeah.
showed up.
Sounds about right, yeah. It's all thanks to you, Connor. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Yeah, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, whatever you can. We appreciate it. And as always, remember to check back every other Wednesday for another episode of the Totally Not a Podcast. We'll be here. Hopefully you'll be here. And with that, love you.
Au revoir.
Peace and love.